Mic check. All right, if you're just joining us, we are going to be talking about the tornado warning that's just been issued in Clark and Washington counties momentarily. Hang with me because we are getting the ball rolling on getting this message out, and we will talk about it very shortly. Again, a tornado warning has just been issued for portions of Clark and Washington counties. So we're going to talk about this right after I post this Facebook message. And again, if you're just joining us, we've got a tornado warning that's just been issued for portions of Clark and Washington counties. The current time is 12:10 p.m. I'm Spinks Megginson, and we are here for this tornado warning that's just been issued for portions of Clark and Washington counties. Here's your cell. It just crossed out of Mississippi into the state of Alabama. And again, we're getting an early start here today, so bear with me. And now we have a new tornado warning. This is going to be a very big deal for a confirmed tornado or a reported tornado, I should say, for portions of Monroe and Conecuh counties. So 2 tornado warnings have just been issued for portions of southwest Alabama. And again, we are here for this tornado warning. Let's go ahead and tell you who's involved in this because this is new information. I just sent out a text alert to let folks know that we've got a tornado warning back in here, Clark and Washington counties, but we actually have now a confirmed tornado in Conecuh and Monroe counties. So let's go ahead and zoom in on that. And let's go over to our other radar source here. And everything's starting to happen at once. We've got a tornado watch that was just issued moments ago. And subsequently now, we've got this tornado warning for the northern part of Conecuh County. So if you're in Leaffian or Old Texas, Burnt Corn, also anywhere near Belleville, I need you in a safe place right now. This is an urgent situation for the northern part of Conecuh and Monroe counties. We've got a confirmed tornado. Let's see the text from the National Weather Service. A confirmed tornado located very near Repton. So if you're in Repton, Belleville, anywhere near Conecuh County Highway 6, just north of there, this is US Highway 84. I need you in a safe place as we've got this tornado warning that has just been issued for portions of Conecuh and Monroe counties. So 2 tornado warnings now. Again, this is a confirmed tornado on the ground right here, very near Repton. And let's go ahead and look at our velocity product here. And there's your couplet right in through here, very near Repton. So anywhere near Repton, if you know someone, I need you to call them, let them know that we've got a tornado on the ground right now, very near Repton. So again, the call to action is Repton and points to the northeast. You've got Old Texas, Leaffian, anywhere near Bowles, Alabama, along US Highway 83. Be sheltered right now. This is a very dangerous situation. You want to be in the lowest floor of your site-built home, away from windows and doors, as we've got now a confirmed tornado on the ground very near Repton. Anywhere in the northern part of Conecuh County, be sheltered. This is west of the Evergreen area. So if you're in Evergreen for now, you are okay. This warning is, and this polygon is to your west. But again, northern Monroe and the northern part of Conecuh County, be sheltered. If you know anyone in these areas that I've just called out, anywhere near Midway, where Alabama Highway 83 ends there, I need you to call them, let them know we've got this tornado headed straight for them. This thing is on the ground right now. Please tell them to be sheltered as this thing continues moving to the northeast. We've also got a tornado warning back here in Washington and Clark counties. This includes Grove Hill, anywhere near Grove Hill, Coffeyville, Salitpa, anywhere along US Highway 84. Be sheltered right now as we've got this tornado right here near Chatham. So if you're in Chatham, I need you also in a safe place. Again, we've got 2 tornado warnings. Things have started happening very fast, and let's go back and show you exactly what's going on. For those of you that are just joining us, here is southwest Alabama, and we've got 2 tornado warning polygons, and again, the entire area is under a watch until 9 o'clock, but this is a tornado warning for the northern part of Conecuh and the far eastern part of Monroe counties. And we need you in a safe place in Repton, Belleville, Old Texas, also anywhere near Bowles or Lieffian. This is to the west of Evergreen. This is to the east of Monroeville. So Evergreen, Monroeville, you are fine for now. This polygon sort of splits the difference anywhere near Repton. Also, Riley Crossroads sits right in through here in the northern part of Monroe County near Hines Farm. Anywhere in those areas that I've just called out, be in a safe place. You want to be in the lowest floor of a site-built structure away from windows and doors, and you want to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. This is north of the Bruton area. Escambia County, Alabama is not included. This is for the northern part of Conecuh and the far eastern part of Monroe counties. Back here, we've also got another tornado warning polygon that was issued for much of Washington and Clark counties. This warning includes Chatham and Grove Hill, the two county seats, but it does not include Thomasville or Jackson. So if you're in Thomasville or Jackson or Fulton or Cyrene or Tallahassee Springs, this does not include your areas. This is strictly for Grove Hill and points to the southwest. Here is the Tombigbee River very near Coffeyville. Anywhere near there, I need you sheltered. Coffeyville, Grove Hill, Chatham, Salitpa. Be in a safe place right now as we've got tornado warning polygon number 2. But this is the main concern because we know that we've got a tornado down very near Repton, or we just did moments ago. Let's go to another product here so I can see exactly what's going on. This is the correlation coefficient, and this product is incredibly useful because it can actually tell you, based on some advanced math, if we've got debris lofted into the atmosphere from a tornado down. And this is a suspect area, but I'm not seeing a classic signature of that. But nonetheless, this is a confirmed report of a tornado being down very near Repton. So the call to action is north and east of Repton. This blue line here, this is U.S. Highway 83. Anywhere along U.S. Highway 83 that runs to the northwest of Evergreen, if you live anywhere near there, I need you sheltered right now as we've got this tornado on your doorstep. Here's burnt corn. You've also got a Midway right here, which is very near Riley Crossroads. Anywhere near those communities, Bowles also sits right there. Lieffian, be sheltered right now. If you know someone in those communities that I just called out, please call and let them know that we've got a tornado warning for these areas due to a confirmed tornado that was located very near Repton moments ago. And that was reported to the National Weather Service by an emergency manager. I'm going to shift gears for 1 second and look at our NWS chat. This is a product that allows us to talk to the National Weather Service directly and see their insight into the current situation, bypassing some of the social media and other things. So let's get in that NWS chat and see exactly what the Weather Service in Mobile is looking to do with this tornado warning. This was reported by the Monroe County EMA very near the Conecuh and Monroe County line. So let's move our map a bit so you can see the deal here. All right, here's Repton, and this is Alabama Highway number 41 that connects Repton and Range. And J.T. Johnston is the emergency manager for Monroe County. He does a fantastic job in that county, and him or someone from the EMA office in Monroe County reported a tornado very near this area. If you travel to the west along U.S. Highway 84, there's a large hill right here very near the county line. There's also a large gas station right in through here. And this is evidently where we had this confirmed tornado on the ground moments ago. So the call to action is very urgent to the to points north and east of that location. You've got burnt corn. Alabama Highway 83 is here. You've also got Alabama Highway 47, which connects Beatrice up to ultimately Greenville. Anywhere near those regions, I need you sheltered as we've got a confirmed tornado moments ago very near Repton. And this thing is racing off to the northeast very, very rapidly. And if you have damage reports, perhaps from Conecuh or Monroe counties or over in Clark and Washington counties, please relay those either to the National Weather Service or also you can tweet at us. It's at RZ Weather is the Twitter handle, and we will pass those along, of course, to the National Weather Service. And tell you what, I'm going to check our social media feeds quickly to see what we've got going on in terms of potential damage across the region. And again, we are here because we've got 2 tornado warnings in progress, one of which includes much of Clark and Washington counties in the far southwestern part of Alabama. And this tornado warning is in effect until 12:45. The tornado warning polygon that includes areas just to the west of Evergreen is in effect also until 12:45. So 2 tornado warnings currently in progress across our region. You've got heavy rain falling right now along US Highway 43, also heavy showers right now very near Monroeville, also Gosport. These storms are not severe for now. The 2 main concerns are the tornado warnings that we've got for Clark and Washington counties. And I promise we've got a good bit of folks watching from Thomasville and Grove Hill. We will talk about this warning in just a second. But first, I want to check our social media feeds to see if we have any reports of damage. Again, JT Johnston is the emergency manager for Monroe County, and he or someone from his EMA office reported a confirmed tornado that prompted this tornado warning very near Repton and points to the northeast. And so we, of course, thank him for that report. If you have damage, again, report those. And tell you what, I'm going to adjust our live stream quickly here to make it a little bit more easy to watch. I understand that the lag time is pretty extreme at this point, so hang with me. We're going to get these live stream issues fixed. Again, we're watching 2 tornado warnings, one for Conecuh, Monroe counties, and also one for Clark and Washington counties, right here in southwest Alabama. So that's the 2 areas of concern. All right, let's go ahead and zoom in on this storm very near Evergreen. If you're in Evergreen, this tornado warning polygon is to your northeast, but you might have some hail, especially out here just to the west of Evergreen along US Highway 83. That looks to be a potential hail core. And tell you what, let's go over to our velocity product here and check it out. Some broad rotation right in through here. And this signature looks very similar to how it did moments ago when it put down the tornado back here very near Repton. And so the call to action is anywhere along US Highway 83 that connects Evergreen out here to Midway from exit 96 along US Interstate 65, Bowles, Lieffian, also Old Texas, Burnt Corn. Be sheltered right now. If you know someone in those areas, you got to call them, let them know that we've got a possible tornado now on their doorstep moving off to the northeast. You want to be in the lowest floor of a site-built structure away from windows and doors. If you happen to be traveling along Interstate 65 or Alabama Highway 83, there's a storm moving in with a potential tornado. So go ahead and pull over, especially if you're on Alabama Highway 83. This is Alabama Highway 47 that connects Beatrice over to Greenville. No travel right now out of Beatrice going to the east. No travel also on State Route 47 and also Alabama Highway 21 coming south toward Conecuh County. And this is Midway right here. No travel near Midway right now. You don't want to be in a car and caught in the middle of a tornado. That is a terrible idea. Cars and mobile homes are death traps during tornadoes, so you can't be traveling right now. And let's go back over to Clark and Washington counties, because this is where we also have a tornado warning in progress. This is south of Thomasville. This is north of Jackson. So if you're in Jackson or Thomasville and you happen to be watching this, no issues for now. This is a tornado warning polygon that includes Grove Hill. This dark line that you see right here, this is US Highway 84, and that runs to the west of Grove Hill, connects Coffeyville and Grove Hill. No travel right now on US 84 going to the west towards Coffeyville, or if you happen to be in southern Choctaw County, no travel going east along US Highway 84. Now, we also have a portion of US Highway 43 included in this. South of Grove Hill right now, no travel on 43 or just to the north of Jackson. And I do note that this tornado warning polygon technically does not include Jackson and in Leroy. This is just to the northwest of there, but as a course of least regret, if you happen to live in the northwestern part of Jackson, you are included in this polygon. This doesn't include the downtown area, but as a course of least regret, I would tell you to get in a safe place right now if you're in Leroy, or the northwestern fringe of Leroy, and also Jackson. And tell you what, let's go back to our velocity product so I can see exactly what this thing is doing. And so here's your area of concern, right in through here. It's now crossed the Tombigbee River just to the north of Salitpa, but if you're in Salitpa, stay sheltered. This is a very serious situation. Here's your couplet right in through here. We've got a new severe thunderstorm warning now on the board as well, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But the concern here is this area of rotation. Now I'm going to tell you, if you're in Fulton, Thomasville, Tallahassee Springs, anywhere out here along Alabama Highway 154, go ahead and get ready to go to that safe place now, because this rotation continues to move off to the northeast. We don't have an official warning out for Thomasville, Fulton, Cyrene, or Tallahassee Springs yet, but that could be coming very shortly. So keep that in mind. I'm going to update some of our social media feeds here. And see exactly what we've got. What I'm seeing in the NWS chat is we've got some media inquiring to the Weather Service about this warning over in Conecuh and Monroe counties. And again, the concern is that we had a tornado down very near Repton, near the county line there, Monroe and Conecuh counties. You've got this large hill just to the west of Repton, right there at the county line with the large gas station there. And that's where the that's where the confirmed tornado was, according to Monroe County EMA director there. And the National Weather Service in Mobile stating that the rotation is still broad in this storm as it has moved off to the northeast. But nonetheless, you got to be sheltered along Alabama Highway 83, Bowles, Liefien, also Old Texas, Burnt Corn. Also, this includes the southern fringe of Butler County in southwest Alabama. This is Georgiana here. This is, of course, U.S. Interstate 65. And in the southern fringe of Butler County, this is a very sparsely populated area of the world, but nonetheless, you got to be sheltered as this storm is on your doorstep. Don't play with this thing. Get sheltered right now. We know that this produced a tornado back in through here, very near Repton, and it's racing off to the northeast very rapidly. So the concern is now very near Bowles and Liefien. I can't stress that enough. If you are anywhere near there, get sheltered now. Do not wait. This is a very serious situation for Bowles, Liefien, and just points just to the northwest of Evergreen. Be sheltered now along U.S. Highway 83, anywhere near there. 83 that connects Midway down to Evergreen. Be sheltered. No travel on 83 right now. We've also got a new severe thunderstorm warning in progress for the northern part of Baldwin and much of Monroe counties here in southwest Alabama. So let's tell you who's involved in that. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. This is not a tornado warning, but we could have some large hail and potentially damaging straight line winds with this storm. This is for the far northern fringe of Baldwin County, north of Stockton, north of Bay Minette. This does not include those areas. You've got Frisco City, Monroeville, also Scratch Ankle, Alabama, included in this severe thunderstorm warning. Purdue Hill, McGargle, also Uri, Excel, Frisco City, included in this severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be on the board until 1 p.m. And so this is the call to action right in through here. You want to get indoors right now, and you want to preferably be in a site-built structure in case this thing starts rotating and potentially produces a tornado. But again, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for much of Monroe and the far eastern part of Clark County, including Gosport and Point South, until 1 o'clock. So that's the severe thunderstorm warning that we've got on the board there. Let's go back over to this tornado warning in Clark County. And again, I know that we've got folks watching over in Clark County. I appreciate the messages, and I promise I'll respond to those as soon as I can, but we've got a very urgent situation just to the west of Grove Hill, very near U.S. Highway 84 that connects Grove Hill over to Coffeyville. This area of rotation right in through here is going to continue moving off to the northeast, and if you're in Thomasville, Fulton, Cyrene, also Tallahassee Springs, be prepared to move to a safe place. We don't have an official tornado warning yet for this region, but I would not be shocked in the next 5 minutes or so if we had a new warning issued for portions of Clark and also Wilcox counties, Pine Hill, Sunny South, Yellow Bluff. Be prepared to move to a safe place, as we could have a tornado warning issued in these areas very shortly. The call to action right now is Grove Hill and points just to the northwest of there. This thing is very tight. We could have a tornado down, and I wouldn't be shocked to see some social media reports of this thing being down based on this signature. We don't have a confirmation of that, but that's the situation as it stands right now. If you're just joining us, the current time is 12:30 p.m. I'm Spinks Megginson. You're watching severe weather coverage from right here in Brewton, Alabama on our RedZone Weather live stream. And we have 2 tornado warnings in progress right now for several counties in our region. Let's go ahead and take you back to the classic radar view here. Here are the 2 polygons that we've got for tornado warnings. Tornado warning number 1, tornado warning number 2. And we actually had a confirmed report of a tornado down very near Repton about 30 minutes ago now, and the call to action is along US Highway 83. I know I'm being repetitive, but the call to action is for those who are just tuning in along Alabama Highway 83. If you're catching this at the last minute, Bowles, Lieffian, Old Texas, Burnt Corn. Be sheltered now. This is a very serious situation. Also, anywhere along Alabama Highway number 47 that connects Beatrice up to Greenville, anywhere near Midway or Riley Crossing, right there where Alabama Highway 21 runs south from Wilcox into Monroe. Be sheltered now. This is a very serious situation, as we had a confirmed tornado earlier. We don't know if the tornado is still down. We will, of course, assess that with time from our partners at the National Weather Service. We've also got this tornado warning that continues for the next 15 minutes for portions of Clark County. And I want to zoom out really quickly, or change products, I should say. Here's your area of concern. It's just to the west of Grove Hill. If you're in Washington County, right here in this area, Yarbo, Chatham, anywhere very near the Tom Bigby River, south of Salitpa there, Washington County, the tornado threat from this specific storm has now clearly moved into Clark County. So if you're in Washington County, while the tornado warning still technically includes your region, the threat has now passed you. And so if you are in Yarbo or Chatham, this tornado warning will likely be trimmed back for Clark momentarily. But I do note back behind it, we've also got an area of rotation very near Fruitdale, just to the southwest of Chatham. So be on guard. We could have a new warning issued for that in portions of Washington County. But this thing is very tight, and understand the radar beam at this height is roughly at about 5,000 feet off the ground. You have the radar site in Mobile, very near or at the Mobile Regional Airport, looking into the clouds, and you're looking at the velocity portion of the radar. This is not the reflectivity product that many of you are accustomed to seeing, but this lets us know exactly where this possible tornado could be very near US Highway 84 as it approaches Fulton and Thomasville from the southwest. And I do note we've got now a new tornado warning. So Thomasville, Fulton, be sheltered. This is going to include your regions. If you're watching us from Thomasville, Fulton, Sunny South, Pine Hill, I need you sheltered now. We have a new tornado warning in effect for these regions. This is US Highway 43. You've got US Highway 5 that connects Thomasville over to Pine Hill. Be in a safe place right now. There's your new warning polygon. And let's go ahead and take off the radar data so we can tell you exactly who's involved in this. And again, it's not that we're forgetting about our friends in Brewton, East Brewton, Riverview. We just don't have any active weather there. So no news is good news. If I'm not talking about your region, it's not because I'm trying to ignore you. We just don't have active weather in those parts of the world. So here's your polygon, and let me zoom out so you can see exactly what's going on here. We've got now 3 tornado warnings in effect as of 12:33 p.m. And I do note that the Weather Service has now canceled this tornado warning for Monroe, Conecuh, and Butler. So that one's off the board. That one has been canceled. And the new tornado warning is going to include Thomasville, Fulton, Cyrene, Tallahassee Springs, Pine Hill, Yellow Bluff. Also, there's a community called Possum Bend right here along State Highway 10 that connects Camden over to Pine Hill. Anywhere near those communities, I can't stress this enough, be in a safe place now. Do not risk it. Do not wait. Be in a safe place now if you're in Thomasville, especially along US Highway 43. That's going to be the first call to action with this thing. Let's put on our radar data. so you can see exactly what's going on. And it's hard to see exactly where this thing is based on our reflectivity product. Heavy rain continues across this region, but the tornado threat is for the areas included in this polygon, in the far southwestern part of Wilcox and in the northern part of Clark County here in South Alabama. Let's go ahead and go to our velocity product so we can get some idea of where this thing is. And Fulton, Cyrene, Lower Peachtree, Thomasville, Sunny South, Pine Hill. You've got this large automobile part facility that's just been built very near Sunny South. They should be implementing their tornado safety plan now. Do not wait. This thing is on your doorstep, especially if you're in Fulton and Thomasville. If you're catching this at the last minute in Thomasville, the idea is to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. Don't be in a mobile home or a car. Get to a site-built structure right now. Do not wait. If you're in Thomasville or Fulton especially, this is the last call before this thing moves into your region from the southwest. Lowest floor, site-built home, away from windows and doors. Again, as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. Put closed-toed shoes on. Have a whistle handy. And also, I haven't mentioned this today, grab those helmets, especially for children. If you have a football, baseball, ballistics, or softball helmet, grab it, put it on. I know it looks funny. It could save your life. Most of the research that is coming out now suggests that if you have flying projectiles, those can hit your head and cause blunt force trauma, and we want to prevent that from happening. So put on a helmet now. If you're in Thomasville, Fulton, Sunny South, Pine Hill, Yellow Bluff, be in a safe place right now. This tornado warning is in effect until 1:15 p.m. So that's the call to action on there. So let's back up our view here so you can see exactly what's going on. Here's Bruton, and I know we've got a good many folks watching from Escambia County, Alabama. The good news is we don't have any action right now in the greater Bruton area or in Atmore, Fulton, Walbeck, Canoe, Wallace. No issues for now. We've got some heavy rain very near Atmore and the Wind Creek Casino near the Porch Creek Indian Reservation. But again, these storms are under severe limits. Moments ago, the tornado warning for the far eastern part of Monroe and the far western parts of Conecuh County that warning was allowed to expire. And this storm is probably producing a good bit of hail very near Alabama Highway 83 as it gets set to cross into Butler County very near Georgiana. And anyone traveling along US Interstate 65, basically from Greenville and points south today, that is not advised. If you are near exit 101, 107, 114, or 128, very near Greenville, any of those exits that I just called out, understand we've got this storm that's potentially producing hail moving very near the interstate near exit 107 or 114, which is the Georgiana-Starlington exit. So be aware of that as that storm continues moving off to the northeast at about 55 miles per hour. We've also got a new tornado warning to tell you about. And this was for that area of concern that I mentioned moments ago. And this one's going to be in effect until, let's see if we can click this new polygon, until 1:15. So we've got now 2 tornado warnings on the board right now until 1:15 for Washington, Clark, and Wilcox counties here in southwestern Alabama. All this runs until 1:15. You've also got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the cities of Monroeville, Excel, Frisco City, Purdue Hill. Anywhere near the Alabama River Pulp Mill, severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 1:15 local time for a cell that's moving north, basically from Uri and also McGargle, moving off to the north. Again, that's a severe thunderstorm warning, but we're here to talk about the tornado warnings for Washington, Clark, and Wilcox counties. Tell you what, let me step off screen and check some other parameters here quickly. And I want to thank you for joining us this afternoon, getting a bit of an early start. We mentioned that we could have severe weather basically from noon to midnight. And what's happening is all these discrete cells out ahead of this main line that we'll move through later are beginning to rotate. And so that's why we've got these new tornado warnings in progress for Washington, Clark, and Wilcox counties. So let's go ahead and tell you who needs to take action now. That's the main call to action. Lowest floor, site-built home away from windows and doors. If you are in Chatham, Salitpa, Coffeyville, Grove Hill, Thomasville, Fulton, Lower Peachtree, Cyrene, Yellow Bluff, Pine Hill, Possum Bend. Also, the community of Pope sits right there. This is just to the northwest of Vredenburg. Any of those communities that I just called out, you are under a tornado warning right now. Be sheltered. Do not wait. This is a very serious and urgent situation, especially for Thomasville, Fulton, Lower Peachtree, Sunny South, and Pine Hill. If you're in those communities, be sheltered. Do not wait. This is a very serious situation as we've got this possible tornado on your doorstep. Understand, these storms are producing a tremendous amount of lightning. And here's your area of concern. This is your couplet. This product enables us to see how the raindrops are moving in the atmosphere. And at these levels, as far as the radar beam is off the ground here, this is about 5,000 feet off the ground above Fulton and Thomasville. So clearly some rotation in the clouds. Don't play with this thing. Get sheltered right now in Thomasville, Fulton, Sunny South, anywhere along US Highway 43. You've also got Alabama Highway 5, which connects Thomasville and Pine Hill. You've also got Old Highway 5, which is just to the east of Thomasville, that connects or did connect Thomasville and Grove Hill. That was before US Highway 43 was built. You've got Old Highway 5 right in through here. Be sheltered if you're along that road. You've also got areas just to the south of Pine Hill near Lower Peachtree. Be sheltered, as this area of concern right in through here is moving off to the northeast at about 50 miles per hour. These things are not wasting time today. So if I say get sheltered today, you got to get sheltered. Do not wait, as we've got a very serious situation coming into Thomasville and Fulton along US Highway 43. Be sheltered right now. Let's go back to our classic reflectivity product. This is the product that you are used to seeing on your smartphone or on television. This tells us precipitation rates in terms of how fast the rain is falling from the clouds per se. And we also note that we've got tornado warnings back here in Mississippi, but we will let our Mississippi folks handle that. We are here because of the tornado warnings that are in progress for Washington, Clark, and Wilcox counties. Those are in effect until 1:15 p.m. The current time is 12:41 p.m., so about 39 more minutes on all two of these tornado warning polygons. You've also got a severe thunderstorm warning right in through here in the southern part of Monroe County that is in effect until 1:15 as well, and that's going to include the city of Monroeville. I'm just looking off camera here to see the latest text data from the National Weather Service. And they note that that storm could produce damaging winds in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour and also some small hail. We haven't had a hail threat like this in quite some time, but we could certainly have some large hail with the storms today. I do note we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued for portions of Mobile County as well. This includes the western fringes of the Mobile Metro. So if you know someone in Mobile, call, let them know. We've got now a severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued until 1:30, I believe it is, until 1:15 for portions of Mobile County. But the main concern are these two tornado warnings. Let's go back to our velocity product here. And if you're in Chatham, I can't stress this enough. This is in Washington County over in the far western part of South Alabama. I need you sheltered right. This thing is on your doorstep in Chatham. I mean, get sheltered now. Do not wait. This is a very serious situation as we've got this possible tornado in Chatham right now. You've got Frankville and Salitpa over in Clark County. This is the Tom Bigby River. And this light blue line you see here is Alabama State Highway number 56. And so anywhere along State Highway 56 that travels to the west of Wagerville, no travel right now on State Highway 56. And also you've got the other state highway that runs through Chatham where the crossroads is there, State Highway 17, which is a main north-south road here in the far western part of southwest Alabama. 17, be sheltered. This thing is on top of Chatham, so this is a very serious situation. Be sheltered right now in Chatham. Do not wait. Get sheltered in Chatham. If you're out here to the northeast of Chatham, Yarbo, Frankville, Salitpa, be sheltered. Let's go back to our cell in very near Thomasville. And again, I'm getting questions left and right here, but please tell your folks to go to rzweather.com. That is where you can get the answers to what you need to know. I've got 10, 15 questions that have piled up here over the past 2 minutes. rzweather.com. I will answer your questions on the live stream. Please help me spread that information. Here's your area of concern right in through here as it approaches Thomasville. I'm very concerned about the city of Thomasville as this area of rotation approaches from the southwest, moving off to the northeast very rapidly. If you're in Thomasville, anywhere near there along State Highway 43, Alabama Highway 154, or State Highway 5, be sheltered right now. Don't wait. Lowest floor, site-built home, away from windows and doors. You want to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world, preferably in an interior hallway, closet, or bathroom. Again, that is the safest place, interior portion of your site-built house. I know many folks are off work today. It is the observance of President's Day, and so if you're at home or you're in a business, get to the interior part away from windows right now. Very serious situation ongoing right here in Clark County. I do note we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued for the cell that did prompt the tornado warning earlier for Conecuh and Monroe counties. This is going to include the city of Greenville. And this severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 1:30 for Butler and Conecuh counties. And this thing still rotating like a top, but the rotation is not defined enough for the Weather Service to issue a tornado warning. But your concern is right in through here, very near Georgiana and points just to the west of there. Be sheltered right now, or excuse me, be inside right now as we've got this thunderstorm moving in from the southwest right now. So tornado warning continues for Washington, Clark, and Wilcox counties, portions of those counties, until 1:15 p.m. That's in about 30 minutes from right now. And if you're in Thomasville, perhaps, be sheltered. I know I've said this, but we got folks coming in and coming out of the stream left and right. Be sheltered in Thomasville, Fulton, also Lower Peachtree, Cyrene, Pine Hill, Possum Bend, also Pope, Veredenburg, anywhere near the McMillan Blodell paper mill, which sits in Yellow Bluff. Be sheltered right now. In fact, that paper mill should be implementing their tornado safety plan now. This is a very urgent situation as we've got this possible tornado very near Thomasville. I can't stress that enough. If you're in Thomasville, be sheltered. We've also got a new tornado warning, and I say new, it was issued about 10 minutes ago now, for this possible tornado very near Chatham. And this thing is on top of Chatham right now, moving off to the northeast, approaching the Tombigbee River from the southwest, moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. Coffeyville, Salitpa, anywhere along US Highway 84, be sheltered right now. So we've got this area of concern, possible tornado very near Chatham, moving off to the northeast. Tell you what, I'm going to check with our friends at the Weather Service here. Hang with me. Again, lowest floor, site-built structure away from windows and doors. If you're in Thomasville, Sunny South, Pine Hill, Cyrene, Lower Peachtree, right now, don't wait. I'm going to check our social media feeds here. And for those of you that are just tuning in, if you're in Bruton, East Bruton, surrounding areas, I know we've got many folks watching from Northwest Florida. I'm not talking about you, and it's not because I'm trying to ignore you, but we don't have any issues in those areas right now. The concern is for Wilcox, Clark, and Washington counties here in the far southwestern part of Alabama. Tornado warning continues for those areas that I just called out until 1:15 p.m. So about 27 more minutes on these tornado warning polygons. Again, if you happen to be catching this at the last minute anywhere near Alabama Highway 5 or US 43 near Thomasville, anywhere near there, 5 miles from there, be sheltered right now as we've got this possible tornado right in through here on your doorstep. We've also got a new severe thunderstorm warning that's in progress for the northern part of Conecuh County. This includes portions of Alabama Highway number 83, which connects midway down to Evergreen, and that's where exit 96 is in Evergreen. This is to the north of exit 96, but I do note this includes exits 101, 107, 114, 128, 130, and also 142. And that's the Butler County exits, Greenville, Georgiana, Starlington, Pineapple, those exits. No travel right now along Interstate 65 as this area of rotation continues moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. Or excuse me, this severe thunderstorm, I shouldn't say area of rotation, this is a severe thunderstorm. We've had now multiple tornado warnings, so bear with me, I will get it right. This is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Butler and the northern portion of Conecuh County until 1:30 p.m. So that's the latest situation we have. We also have a new severe thunderstorm warning in progress for Monroe and the far eastern western part of Clark counties, and that one's going to go until 1:15. This includes the city of Monroeville, Frisco City, Excel, Purdue Hill, Mexie. Anywhere in those areas, you need to be inside as we've got this severe thunderstorm that's moving off to the northeast. Hang with me. We're going to check our social media feeds here. And bear with me. Shooting out a few social messages here to get our folks on social media who may not be watching our live stream up to date. This has been a very active hour in the world of weather across southwest Alabama and northwest Florida. At the top of the hour at noon, we had a tornado watch that was issued, and this includes the entirety of southwest Alabama and northwest Florida until 9 p.m. So understand, even if these tornado warnings cease to exist in moments, we got a tornado watch in effect until 9. So this is a very serious situation. Now, I do note we've got a suspicious area very near Flomaton. Let me zoom in there and check this out. This thing looks like it wants to rotate. Yeah, so we're seeing some very, very broad rotation right in through here just to the southwest of Century. This is Alabama Highway 113. You've got U.S. Highway 31 and also U.S. Highway 29. No travel right now along U.S. Highway 31 outside of Bruton, Fulmaton, Pollard, Walby, Canoe. Anywhere in those areas, no travel as we've got this very heavy rain moving in from the south. And this thing, I'm telling you, it wants to rotate. And so we certainly could have a tornado warning issued in the next, say, 10 to 15 minutes if this thing continues to ramp up as it moves off here to the northeast. So that's one storm that we're watching that's on our radar per se. But the main concern is this tornado warning here in Clark and Wilcox counties. And let's go back to our velocity product. I realize that most of you probably want to see our reflectivity product, but the deal is it's very hard to see where these areas of concerns are on the reflectivity product. And so I'm looking right here. This is clearly an area of rotation on top of Thomasville and Fulton that's moving off to the northeast. And so I realize I've said this numerous times, but if you happen to be catching this at the last minute in Thomasville, Fulton, Cyrene, Sunny South, Pine Hill, Yellow Bluff, Possum Bend, Pope, also anywhere near Coy, Alabama, be sheltered right now as this area of concern continues trucking off to the northeast. Again, a tornado warning continues for these areas that I just mentioned until 1:15 p.m. So about 23 more minutes on this thing in the northern part of Clark and also the far western part of Wilcox. We've also got this serious situation right now in Washington and Clark counties. This is a separate tornado warning polygon for the western part of Clark County. Salitpa, Coffeyville, anywhere along U.S. Highway 84 that runs to the west of Grove Hill, be sheltered right now. Here's your area of concern, very near Chatham. If you live anywhere near Chatham, be sheltered right now. If you happen to be catching this at the last minute, this warning was issued now about 25 minutes ago, and we had plenty of lead time in these areas. But if you happen to be catching this at the last minute, be sheltered, especially anywhere near the Tombigbee River and Salitpa. Be sheltered right now. We also have these two severe thunderstorm warnings in progress for portions of Monroe and Clark counties and also Conecuh and Butler counties. Those are going to run until 1:15 and 1:30 respectively. So that's the latest on that. And hang with me here. We are looking at our live stream. What I'm doing is assessing the health of the live stream to make sure that everyone can hear exactly what's going on and that sort of thing. Again, I'm one-man banding it, so hang with me. We're going to get our producer in here in about 30 minutes because we're getting an early start today. You know, the main severe weather threat that we advertised was going to be between midnight and noon today, and indeed, we've got now tornado warnings. Fortunately, none here in Escambia County, Alabama for now, but the deal is we've got tornado warnings in progress until 1:15 for western Wilcox, northern Clark, southern Clark, western Clark, I should say, and also much of Washington counties in Alabama until 1:15 p.m. Let's check our Twitter feeds and see if we got any damage there. And I'm not seeing anything that would suggest that we have damage for now. If you have damage, I encourage you tweet at us. You can also find us on Facebook. It's Spinks Megginson RedZone Weather on Facebook. You can send your damage to me, and I'll be sure to get it to the National Weather Service, the appropriate authority figures that issue weather warnings and that sort of thing. Our local office is Mobile, Alabama, and those guys and gals do a fantastic job of issuing all the warning products that you see here. They're the ones responsible for issuing the warnings, and we want to thank them for certainly doing that. Again, the current time is 12:54 p.m. I'm Spinks Megginson. You're watching a live RedZone Weather severe weather broadcast from Brewton, Alabama. We are here because of this tornado warning right here in Clark and Wilcox counties. Sunny South, Pine Hill, Yellow Bluff, Coy, Pope, any of those communities that I just said, be sheltered right now as this tornado is now on your doorstep, prepping to cross the county line here from Clark into northern Wilcox counties. And I'm checking our social media here to see, again, if we have damage. Current time is 12:55 p.m. and we have 2 tornado warnings in progress, one of which is for Washington and Clark counties. This is a bit confusing because we have 2 tornado warning polygons in effect for separate portions of Clark County. However, I do note that this storm very near Chatham right now is on the same route, per se, as this first storm. So if you're in Thomasville, I realize that we've got serious weather happening right now with this possible tornado, but we could have another warning issued very shortly for these same regions. So don't go out and about. I encourage you not to travel. Don't, get in your car. That's a terrible idea. Cars and mobile homes are death traps, have the potential to be death traps during tornadoes. So that's your area of concern number 1 right here in Thomasville. You've also got this area of concern right in through here very near Chatham. Let's put on our velocity data because the reflectivity just doesn't give a good idea for this thing. This thing is extremely tight right in through here just to the northeast of Chatham, and this is an area that's putting out a lot of lightning, but the lightning is also pretty prominent in this storm very near Thomasville, and this is your couplet right in through here, very near Thomasville. If you happen to be catching this at the last minute near US Highway 43, Alabama Highway number 154, or Alabama Highway number 5, or Old Highway 5, right here in Thomasville that connects Thomasville down to Fulton, be sheltered now. Do not wait. This is a very serious situation transpiring very near Thomasville. We also have these severe thunderstorm warnings in progress for portions of Monroe, Clark, Conecuh, and Butler counties here in the far southwestern part of Alabama. If you're in Evergreen, Range, Repton, Castleberry, Brewton, East Brewton, Riverview, no issues for now, but obviously that could change in the next few minutes as we have storms moving in from the Gulf of Mexico. And heavy rain right now continues along Alabama Highway number 113. This is US Highway number 31. Heavy rain right now in the greater Flomaton area, but these storms are under severe limits. We've also got light rain falling here in the greater Brewton area. No issues for now. Heavy rain right now along Alabama Highway 21 and Interstate 65, very near Holman and Fountain prisons. These under severe limits for now. You may hear a clap of lightning, but that doesn't mean it's severe. A severe storm has to have at least winds of 58 miles per hour or also hail of 1 inch in diameter or greater. And so that's the qualifications for a severe storm. And I do note we also have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in progress for Mobile County. Citronelle, the western part of the Mobile Metro. This is US Highway 45 that connects Mobile over to Lucedale. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for those parts of the world, especially over in Mobile County. But the 2 concerns, main concerns I should say, are in Washington and Clark counties. And we'll show you exactly what we're talking about. Here's couplet number 1, very near Yarbough and just to the northeast of Chatham, Alabama, approaching the Tombigbee River and also Salitpa from the southwest. Anywhere in this rural part of Washington County, be sheltered right now. You've also got this couplet that's coming into Wilcox County, Pine Hill, Yellow Bluff, Sunny South. Be in a safe place right now as this area of concern is moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. Don't wait. I know that we've got several folks watching in this area. Do not wait. Go ahead and get in the lowest floor of your site-built structure or home away from windows and doors. You want to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. If you have a helmet, bicycle, baseball, football, or ballistics helmet, go ahead and put that on, especially on children. The deaths that occur in tornadoes usually happen due to trauma to the head, and if you can put a helmet on, that greatly increases your chance of survival. So go ahead and do that in Wilcox County, Pine Hill, Possum Bend, anywhere near the McMillan-Blodell paper mill, which sits right in through here in Yellow Bluff, Pope, Alabama Highway 5, anywhere near those areas, be sheltered right now. Do not wait. I can't stress that enough. If you have a tornado warning, understand this has been Doppler radar indicated, confirmed by radar with the correlation coefficient product, or seen by a human on the ground in that area. And so if you have a tornado warning, that is a serious situation. I can't stress that enough. Take action if your area goes under a tornado warning polygon today. Do not wait. And I'm just checking our social media feeds to see what we've got going on in terms of damage. The good news, I'm not seeing any reports of damage. That doesn't mean that it's not happening, but a lot of times what will happen is you'll get tweets and Facebook posts to the National Weather Service office in Mobile, who's the official authority on issuing these warnings, and they'll tweet out photos, and I'm just not seeing that. So that's good news. We do know that there was at least one tornado down earlier, and very near Repton. And also, I got to interrupt myself because we've got now a report of a funnel cloud in Thomasville, Alabama. So this thing is producing rotation at the surface or very near the surface with a funnel cloud. So anywhere near Thomasville, Sunny South, Possum Bend, Pine Hill, be sheltered. Confirmed report of a funnel cloud right in through here near Thomasville. So that's the latest. And I'm just checking a few other parameters here. Again, Thomasville, Fulton, for the next few minutes, also Sunny South, be sheltered. You've also got this area of concern just to the northeast of Chatham, approaching Salitpa from the southwest, Tombigbee River. If you live anywhere near there or happen to know someone in those areas in Clark and Washington counties, be sheltered right now. Very serious and urgent situation in Wilcox, Clark, and Washington counties. Also, let's zoom into Escambia County. I know many of our folks are watching here. These two storms, one of which is very near Huxford and Barnett's Crossroads, under severe limits for now, but you see the shape of this thing. It's sort of a kidney bean shape, and on the velocity signature, no doubt, these things are in an environment that is conducive for the development of tornadoes. And so while we don't have an official warning out, that could change in the next few minutes. So be weather ready in Escambia and Conecuh counties, Castleberry Range, Bruton, Pineview, Century, Huxford, Atmore. Be weather ready over the next few hours as these things are trying to rotate. We could certainly have a warning at any time. Current time is now 1 o'clock p.m. Let's do a reset here. For those of you that are just joining us, we have a very active weather situation ongoing across southwest Alabama right now. If you are in northwest Florida, you don't have any issues for now. You note that many counties here in northwest Florida are included in this pink shading, which is indicative of a tornado watch. And this is in effect until 9 p.m. It includes Escambia, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton counties here in the northwestern part of Florida until 9 p.m. Also, many counties across Alabama, basically from Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, Point South, all included in this tornado watch that's in effect until 9 p.m. local time for all of these counties. And it's in effect for this very reason. We've got 2 tornado warnings as of the top of the hour for portions of Washington, Clark, and Wilcox counties. I've got to interrupt myself. Just like I said a moment ago, these storms are rotating. We've got a new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued for portions of Escambia and Conecuh counties. It's not on our system yet because I just got the alert from the Weather Service. This is going to include the city of Bruton. So if you're in Bruton, we have now a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect until 1:30 p.m. So that's going to run now for the next 27 minutes. If you're in the greater Bruton area, absolutely no travel because we've got this severe thunderstorm just to the west of the greater Bruton area. And no tornado warning, but that doesn't mean that this thing couldn't produce or perhaps will not produce damaging straight line winds and also some large hail. And this is going to be until 1:30 p.m. for areas basically from Evergreen and Point South. In fact, there's your warning polygon. Let's tell you who's involved in this because I know we've got many folks watching from around the region. And tell you what, I'm going to send out a RedZone Weather text. If you're not on our texting program, I encourage you to do so. Get on that. all you have to do is text the word updates to 51660 to get all of our Red Zone Weather updates sent straight to your cell phone. And so bear with me while I put out a new Red Zone Weather text alert. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning, this is not a tornado warning, has been issued for portions of Escambia and Conecuh counties here in southwest Alabama. We are not forgetting about our friends in Clark, Washington, and Wilcox counties. We've got tornado warnings in progress with a confirmed report of a funnel cloud moments ago very near Thomasville. And so the call to action, Sunny South, Possum Bend, Pope, Veredenburg, also Pine Hill included in this tornado warning basically for the next 10 to 15 minutes for western portions of Wilcox counties. If you're in Thomasville, the threat is in the northeastern flank, I should say, of Thomasville. So don't get out of your safe place if you're in Thomasville or areas north of Fulton. Stay there for about 3 more minutes, 5 more minutes. I'll be able to give you an all clear from this storm. However, I say all clear, we got another storm that's on your doorstep, and that's down here in Washington County approaching Salitpa. If you're in Salitpa, I know you've already been under the gun once today, be sheltered in Salitpa. We got a tornado warning that's in effect for the next 15 minutes for areas to the south of US Highway 84, Grove Hill, Fulton, Tallahassee Springs. Be ready to go to that tornado safe place again in moments. That's the area of main concern. We also have this severe thunderstorm warning, and I'm telling you, this thing wants to rotate very near Pineview. While the rotation may not extend to the surface, no doubt this thing is spinning like a top just to the southwest of the greater Bruton area. And that's why we've got this severe thunderstorm warning in progress for much of Escambia and Conecuh counties, Castleberry, London, Sandcut, exit 83, which is the Castleberry-Lenox exit, also Lenox, Appleton, Bruton, Kirkland, also Pineview, Wallace, anywhere along Alabama Highway 113, Appleton Road, County Highway 49, or County Highway 40. In Escambia County, here in South Alabama, we got this severe thunderstorm warning with this possible rotation that's moving off to the northeast. Clearly, this storm is going to move just to the west of the greater Bruton area. However, I can't rule some strong winds out even in the greater Bruton area. So be ready to go to a safe place, especially in the next 5 to 10 minutes if you're in Bruton, Castleberry, London, Sandcut, Appleton. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 1:30. So that's the latest on that. And I've got to get this text out. It's coming up on 1:06 p.m. And again, hang with me. I know we've got many folks watching and a lot of things going on, but we're going to get through this. Again, a tornado watch is in effect until 9 p.m. local time because we have the potential for tornadoes. And that's indeed what's happening, especially over the western flank of southwest Alabama here. And again, one-man banding it, our producer is going to be here in moments, hopefully, and we'll be able to breathe a sigh of relief, or at least I will, just because we've got so many things going on. 2 tornado warnings in effect until 1:15, and we will know shortly if the Weather Service is going to extend those warnings. And again, hang with me because we have this severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Escambia County and Conecuh counties until 1:30 p.m. This is for the greater Bruton area and points to the west. This does not include Atmore or Canoe. However, Waubee, Flomaton, Pineview, Hammock, Boschee, all included in this severe thunderstorm warning as this storm continues racing off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. You can tell even by the reflectivity here. This V-notch here, or this kidney bean shape, this thing wants to rotate. And I'm telling you, Appleton, Castleberry, London, Sandcut, be prepared in the next few minutes to go to that safe place because we could have a tornado warning issued shortly, and you're not going to have very much lead time in those communities. So be ready to go to your safe place, Castleberry, London, Sandcut, Appleton. Be ready. This thing is rotating. And what I'm going to do is issue a new Red Zone Weather text. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Escambia and Conecuh counties until 1:30 p.m. Rotating thunderstorm is the main concern. And again, I'm writing the text as I talk to you on the live stream, so hang with me. and hang with me again. We're getting out a RedZone Weather text alert. If you haven't already opted into that wonderful program, all you have to do is text the word updates to 51660 to get all of our RedZone Weather updates sent straight to your cell phone. Let's do a reset here because I know with minutes passing, these things, they sure aren't waiting on me. This is a very actively changing situation. 2 tornado warnings in effect now for basically 5 more minutes, and we're going to see what the Weather Service is going to do. One of which is for Washington and Clark counties over here in the far western part of southwest Alabama. And if you're in Salitpa, areas just to the south of Coffeyville, areas just to the west of Grove Hill, be in a safe place right now as we've got this tornado warning continuing until 1:15 local time. And I'm getting word from the Weather Service they're potentially getting ready to issue a tornado warning for this storm right in through here. This is US Highway 84 that connects, say, Evergreen over to Grove Hill. Tornado warning probably about to be issued for this cell as it crosses very near Purdue Hill. So if you're in Purdue Hill, I want you to go ahead and get in your safe place now. Lowest floor, site-built structure away from windows and doors. Also anywhere near the Alabama River Pulp Paper Mill, be in a safe place. Scratch Ankle, Alabama, sits right here. You've also got Beatrice, Tunnel Springs. Anywhere in those areas, a tornado warning is likely about to be issued for those areas according to the National Weather Service, so please be sheltered right now in those areas as we've got a new warning that's probably about to be issued according to our friends at the National Weather Service. And so this is going to be a new tornado warning now, and this is going to be for Wilcox County, and this is going to be in effect until 1:45 p.m. for this cell right in through here that's now exited to the northeast of Thomasville. And if you're in Thomasville, especially in the northeastern flank of the city, I need you sheltered for about 1 to 2 more minutes, and I'll be able to give you a clear for now. However, the concern is this area of rotation approaching from the southwest. So these things are running like a train on a track on a very similar path here in Clark County. So be ready to go to that safe place again. Places like Tallahassee Springs, Fulton, Grove Hill, anywhere along Alabama Highway number 154. Be ready to go to that safe place again. And again, a new tornado warning has just been issued until 1:45 for portions of Wilcox County. You will see that come across our screen in just a moment. There it is. This is going to be for the far northern part of Wilcox County. Pope, Miller's Ferry sits right in through here. The Alabama River and the Miller's Ferry Lake sits right in through here. This is Alabama Highway number 10, Alabama Highway number 5, and also you've got Alabama Highway number 28, which connects Camden up to Thomaston. No travel right now in the northern part of Wilcox County. I realize this is in central Alabama, a bit out of our coverage area, but we do have folks that care about RedZone Weather, and they watch us from here in Wilcox County. So that's why I'm telling you, Miller's Ferry, Pine Hill, Pope, Yellow Bluff, Possum Bend, anywhere near the community of Catherine, be in a safe place right now as we've got a new tornado warning for those areas in effect until 1:45 p.m. You've also got this new severe thunderstorm warning in progress for the greater Bruton area and points west. Here's your concern right in through here. And these things are rotating. These thunderstorms are rotating. However, the Weather Service has opted to issue a severe thunderstorm warning and not a tornado warning because in their assessment, this thing is not rotating close to the ground. And so, good news for now. We certainly could have a tornado warning in the next few minutes for Appleton, Castleberry, anywhere along Conecuh County Highway 6 that connects Lenox over to Brooklyn. Be ready to go to a safe place. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for these areas until 1:45 p.m., I believe it is. Make that 1:30 p.m., but we certainly could have some issues in southern Conecuh and the far northern part of Escambia County in the next few minutes. So I need you to be able to get to a safe place at a moment's notice as this thing is rotating, no doubt about it. We've also got severe thunderstorm warnings on the board here in the northern part of Mobile County, Citronelle, Fruitdale. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect there along US Highway number 45. All right, so let's back out and go over to another product here so you can see exactly what's going on. I'll tell you what, I want to put on a rotation data indicator. And so this is a fairly new product. This is a composite of all the areas of rotation in the atmosphere right now. And you can see these little yellow blips. And this is something that these new dual polarization upgrades to the NextRad weather radars have enabled us to do, and this is a composite product. You can see this storm very near Monroeville is clearly rotating, and as I mentioned moments ago, the storm that's prompted the severe thunderstorm warning for Escambia and Conecuh County, no doubt it's rotating, but the rotation likely does not extend to the ground in the form of a tornado right now. So certainly some good news there, but no doubt the atmosphere is primed for severe weather today. Have a way to receive those urgent and potentially life-threatening warnings as they are issued today. MyWarn, also Weather Radio in the Apple App Store. Those are available to you at a very low cost, and that could certainly save your life. Also, we note that we've got now a new tornado warning that's just been issued for Clark and Washington counties. Again, same areas that we saw moments ago for a tornado warning. Here it is. Here's your new polygon, and it's hard to see because we've got so many tornado warning polygons in this part of the world. This includes the greater Jackson area. Jackson, Leroy, also Grove Hill, Fulton. Be in a safe place right now as we've got this new tornado warning for this storm very near Chatham. In fact, let's go over to our other radar product, and what the Weather Service has done, they've actually cleaned up that polygon a bit just so we have now the two in effect. So Washington, Clark, Wilcox, the same communities that I've called out or same counties I should say, that I've called out over the past hour basically, be in a safe place if you are included in this tornado warning polygon. Grove Hill, certainly Chatham. Chatham, this thing is on your doorstep. If you know someone in Chatham, you got to call them, let them know that we've got a very serious situation again happening in Chatham right now as this storm, no doubt about it, is rotating. This is perhaps the best signature I've seen all day on our reflectivity product of a possible tornado. You've got Alabama Highway number 56 and also Alabama Highway 17, which is your main north-south thoroughfare here in the western part of southwest Alabama. Anywhere near there in the city of Chatham, if you live near 56 or 17, near the city of Chatham, Yarbo, Tibby, be in a safe place right now. Lowest floor, site-built home, away from windows, away from doors. The idea is to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. If you have a football helmet, go ahead and put that on. Baseball helmet, bicycle helmet, doesn't matter. Put the helmets on. Those things can save your life. I realize it looks funny, but it could save your life. So if you're in Chatham or points to the northeast, as this storm continues racing off to the northeast, I need you in a safe shelter. This is the Tombigbee River here that separates Clark and Washington counties. Anywhere near Salitpa, be in a safe place now as this storm is racing off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. Now, this tornado warning also includes Fulton, Grove Hill, Watley, Tallahassee Springs, Alabama Highway number 154. Be in a safe place. And Thomasville, as much as it pains me to say this tornado warning does include the southern fringe of the city of Thomasville. So I need you in a safe place, especially if you're on the southern side of Thomasville here along U.S. Highway number 43. Be sheltered right now. You've also got this tornado warning in Wilcox County, Pine Hill, Possum Bend, Yellow Bluff, anywhere near the McMillan-Blodell paper mill, which sits along Alabama Highway 10 in Wilcox County. Be sheltered as this storm continues moving off to the northeast as well. Again, these things are training, moving in the same general direction, and the deal is that we've got 2 tornado warnings and many severe thunderstorm warnings on the board right now. Let's talk about the severe thunderstorm warnings. I know we've got many folks watching here in the greater Bruton area. Raining heavily right now in Appleton, London, Sandcut. A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for these areas until basically 1:30 p.m. So just a few more minutes, and this thing is going to exit Escambia County to the north, moving into Conecuh County. Also, the Weather Service talked about moments ago potentially issuing a tornado warning for these areas near Purdue Hill, Scratch Ankle, Tunnel Springs. That has not happened yet, but be ready to go to that safe place. Let's look at that rotation real quick on our velocity product. And one thing that would be helpful to me is if you have my number, I need you to text me and let me know that our stream is sounding good. I know that we've had some audio issues in the past on this live stream. We've actually tuned up our live stream so you can see sort of a high definition view. Text me and let me know that we're broadcasting and you can receive it and it sounds really well. That would be helpful to me. That's a personal note. Also, we have the severe thunderstorm warning in progress for Butler County. This storm is approaching Greenville. You've got Interstate 65 right in through here, U.S. Highway 31, Greenville, Fort Dale, anywhere near there. Be inside as we've got this severe thunderstorm warning, or a severe thunderstorm that's prompted the warning, I should say, that's moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. No tornado warning out on that. And clearly, we've got a very active situation ongoing across southwest Alabama right now. If you're in northwest Florida, the good news is no issues for you now. Pensacola, Milton, Pace, Crestview, Destin, no issues. We've got a tornado watch for those communities in northwest Florida that I just called out until 9 p.m. So the severe weather threat not over for northwest Florida. Even though we're not talking about that, it's not that we're ignoring you, but the active weather is clearly over southwestern Alabama right now. We've got 2 tornado warnings, one of which includes much of Clark County, the southern fringe of Thomasville, Fulton, Cyrene, Watley, Grove Hill, Jackson, Leroy, also Coffeyville. Be in a safe place as we've got this tornado warning for those areas that I just called out that's in effect now until 2 p.m. And I want to remind folks, if you're perhaps catching the stream for the first time, we cover our 7 southwest Alabama counties and also 3 northwest Florida counties, Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa. Anytime we have a tornado warning polygon issued for those counties, we will be right here on the Red Zone Weather live stream. We have had some audio issues over the past few minutes, I understand, but those have apparently resolved. If you do have audio issues with our stream, be sure to connect to Wi-Fi if you can. If you can't, refresh the stream, and I can assure you that it will get back to normal likely if you do that. So, also, I've got some reports now from the Weather Service that we have some reports of hail now very near Latin Hill, and also you perhaps hear the thunder outside. This storm in the city of Bruton, or just to the north of city of Bruton, has prompted a severe thunderstorm warning, and we've got a new warning now out from the Weather Service until 1:45. So what they've done, they've actually extended this by 15 minutes. We'll zoom in here. I know that this storm is loud and proud, but this is not producing, or likely not producing, a tornado. We don't have a tornado warning out for Escambia or Conecuh counties right now due to this storm. If you're in Appleton, London, Sandcut, anywhere along Conecuh County Highway 6, anywhere along Escambia County Highway number 49 or 40, which is Appleton Road or Lowry Landing Road. No travel right now, as this storm could be producing large hail and also damaging winds in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour. This line you see here is Alabama Highway number 41 that connects Range down to the greater Bruton area. No travel right now in those areas. Exit 77 is right here. Exit 83 along Interstate 65 right in through here. If you're there, pull over. This is a serious situation as we've got this severe thunderstorm warning due to this storm that's moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. Let's go back to our friends in Clark County. And again, we've got 2 tornado warnings that are in progress for the next few minutes until 2 p.m. basically for Washington and Clark counties. Let's zoom into Chatham. I know that we've got folks watching over there, and so I want to focus on you briefly. I'm trying to cover everyone as equally as I can, and I want to give preference to those who are involved in a tornado warning. And here's your area of concern just to the north of Chatham. But if you're in Chatham, stay sheltered. Lowest floor, site-built home, away from windows and doors in the interior portion of your house or structure. Again, you want to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. That's the idea here. And the rotation is right in through here, very near Yarbough and Chatham along State Highway 17. And it's moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip, approaching the Tombigbee River. If it feels like I've said this repetitively, it's because I have. These storms are training like trains on a track. And if you're in Clark County, Fulton, Grove Hill, Watley, southern part of Thomasville, Tallahassee Springs, anywhere near U.S. Highway 84 here in Clark County, be in a safe place. As we are blessed with lead time in these areas as we've got this possible tornado working its way to the northeast. Don't wait. Get sheltered now. Right now. Do not wait. Along U.S. Highway 84, no travel right now along U.S. Highway 43 or 84 as this possible tornado is working its way to the northeast. If you're in Thomasville, the polygon includes the southern fringe of the city of Thomasville. So as a course of least regret, I want you to go ahead and get in that safe place if you're in the southern part of Thomasville. And of course, keep watching. Tell your friends to watch if you're in Thomasville, because this thing certainly will continue moving off to the northeast, and we could have the entire city of Thomasville go under a tornado warning very shortly. So hang with me on that. We've also got a tornado warning for the northern part of Wilcox County. Here's Pine Hill. This is Alabama Highway 10 that connects Camden over to Pine Hill. No travel right now on 10 from Camden basically over to, say, Dixon Mills, which is here in Marengo County. The tornado warning is for Wilcox County. This is Alabama Highway number 5. You've got the community of Catherine right in through here, and also Alabama Highway number 28, which connects Camden up to Thomaston. No travel right now in those areas. Cars are a terrible place to be during a tornadic situation. And here's your area of concern, right in through here. And once this crosses into Dallas County, this will be the responsibility of the National Weather Service office in Birmingham. That's the Montgomery TV market. I know that can be a bit confusing, but Wilcox County is part of the Montgomery TV market, but I know we have folks right in through here, especially in Pine Hill, that do watch. In about 5 minutes, I'll be able to give Pine Hill a clear from this particular tornado warning. However, I note that we've got another tornado warning in progress to the south of you in places like Fulton, Grove Hill, Watley. Any of those areas being a safe place as we've got a tornado warning. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning in progress for much of Monroe County, Beatrice, Tunnel Springs, Scratch Ankle, Coy, also Monroeville, Purdue Hill, XL, Frisco City. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for those areas until 1:30 p.m. So, of course, you want to be inside on this President's Day. I know it's a holiday. Many folks are at home, but prepare to go to a safe place and certainly be on guard in case we have a tornado warning issued for these areas in Monroe County. No doubt, this storm is rotating very near Tunnel Springs along Alabama Highway number 41 that connects Monroeville up to Camden. So that's the situation there. We've also got this new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for much of Conecuh and Escambia County, or portions, I should say, of Conecuh and Escambia counties. Let's go back to our reflectivity product. And this is the low-level reflectivity. We are blessed with a phenomenal radar site at the Mobile Regional Airport that provides all this wonderful data. And no doubt, this thing could be producing hail very near Conecuh County Highway 6. If you are near London or Sandcut, Appleton, large hail possible over the next several minutes as this thing continues racing off to the northeast at a fairly rapid clip. Castleberry, anywhere near US Highway 31, no travel right now to the north of the greater Bruton area or to the south on US Highway 31, south of Evergreen. No travel right now along the interstate as well, basically from exit 77, which is the Bruton-Repton exit, all the way up here to exit 93, which is the Evergreen Monroeville exit. No travel right now along those areas. That includes exits 77 and also 83, which is the Castleberry Lennox and also Bruton Repton exits respectively. No travel right now on 65 as we've got this severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect until 1:45 for those regions. But we are here mainly to talk about these two tornado warnings and understand the deal is, Wilcox County is not technically part of our coverage area. I realize we have folks watching in Wilcox County, but the tornado warning is actually going to be north of Pine Hill. Even now, the Weather Service has trimmed that polygon back, and this thing is in effect until 2 p.m. from the National Weather Service office in Mobile, and that includes much of northern Wilcox County. You've got Catherine, the community of Pope, Miller's Ferry, anywhere along State Highway 28, State Highway 5. No travel right now. You want to be in the lowest floor of a site-built structure if you live anywhere near those areas that I've just called out in the northern part of Wilcox County, as we've got this area of rotation that's moving off to the northeast. That ultimately could end up in Dallas County, which is this county here, which is the responsibility of the National Weather Service office in Birmingham. All the counties that you see in southwest Alabama here are the responsibility of the forecast office in Mobile, and they do an outstanding job of giving us fantastic lead times. I see we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning in progress for the northern part of Monroe and Wilcox counties, and this thing is going to be in effect until 2:15 p.m. So about 45 more minutes now on this severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Beatrice, McWilliams, also Hines Farm, Pineapple, anywhere along State Highway 10, no travel. We've got this severe thunderstorm warning with a rotating thunderstorm that could produce a tornado at any time, basically for the next 45 minutes in those areas. Let me grab a sip of water here. We've been here since about 12 o'clock, so going on 90 minutes now of tornado warning coverage. And perhaps you're just joining us, and I want to cater to our folks that are just joining us. I realize we've got a tremendous amount of heavy rain falling across southwest Alabama right now, but the deal is 2 tornado warnings are in progress. Areas that you see here in these radar echoes of red and green are not necessarily where tornadoes are happening. That is strictly indicating to us that heavy rain is falling in those areas. But we do have two tornado warning polygons in effect, one for the northern part of Wilcox and much of Clark and Washington counties until 2 p.m. So let's focus on that briefly. We've talked about these severe thunderstorm warnings. Now I want to talk about the tornado warning for portions of Clark County. And no doubt about it, the thunderstorm that has prompted this warning is very near Yarbough and Chatham, still moving off to the northeast at a fairly rapid clip. You've also got this area of rotation just to the southeast of Silitpa. Tornado warning continues until 2:15, I believe it is, local time for Clark and Washington counties. And yeah, it's 2 o'clock. This includes portions of U.S. Highway 43 and also U.S. Highways 84. And again, this tornado warning in effect until 2 p.m. Fulton, Whatley, Grove Hill, Tallahassee Springs, the southern part of the city of Thomasville, Jackson, Leroy, Silitpa, Wagerville, all included in this tornado warning that's in effect on the board until 2 p.m. So about 31 more minutes now of this tornado warning for Washington and Clark counties. This includes many of the population centers in Clark County as well. So certainly a serious situation transpiring there. And this storm that's prompted the severe thunderstorm warning in Escambia and Conecuh counties here in the southern part of Alabama is racing off to the northeast toward the city of Evergreen. And so wouldn't be surprised over the next several minutes along 84 and 31 if we had a new severe thunderstorm warning issued for portions of Conecuh counties that will likely include portions of the interstate 65 there, as we've got this thunderstorm producing damaging straight line winds potentially and also some large hail. This thing has shown signs of producing some large hail as well. So we could have a new warning there in Evergreen basically over the next, say, 10 to 15 minutes. So hang with me on that. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to check our social media feeds quickly just to see what we've got going on. And if you have damage reports, again, we will report that to the National Weather Service office. You can tweet at us. It's at RZ Weather is the Twitter handle, and that's also where you can see all the latest warnings. Those are automatically posted to my Twitter feed with a link to our live stream as well. And so the deal is at RZ Weather. Again, many rotating storms across the region. But the deal is we've got 2 tornado warnings. And again, I know I sound repetitive and it gets frustrating for those of you that are continuously watching the live stream, but I have to think of those folks who are just tuning in, especially from Facebook and Twitter, seeing the link at the last minute, perhaps from a new warning that's been issued. We've got a tornado warning in progress until 2 p.m. for the central and eastern part of Washington County and also much of central, northern, and even southern Clark County. This is where this polygon is. Let me take off the radar data so you can see exactly who is included in this tornado warning polygon. We have got many warnings out right now, and areas that you see here shaded in red: Chatham, Yarbough, Silitpa, Jackson, Leroy, Whatley, Grove Hill, southern part of Thomasville, Fulton, Tallahassee Springs, southeastern part of Coffeyville. I need you sheltered if you are in any of those locales right now. Do not wait. Go ahead and get to that lowest floor of the site-built structure away from windows and doors. Again, you want to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world in this specific area. We've also got a tornado warning for portions of Wilcox County, Pope, Catherine, along State Highway 28 there, very near Miller's Ferry. Be in a safe place right now. That's tornado warning polygon number 2 for the northern and western part of Wilcox County. So that's the situation as it stands now. We've also got 3 severe thunderstorm warning polygons in effect for portions of Washington County. That includes portions of U.S. Highway 43 near McIntosh and points southeast. It also includes a bit of U.S. Highway number 45 outside of Citronelle there in Washington County. Severe thunderstorm warning polygon number 2 that's in effect until 2:15 for the northern part of Monroe and also Wilcox counties. That's where we have this other severe thunderstorm warning. That includes places like Beatrice, Tunnel Springs, Beredenburg, McWilliams, Pineapple, Oak Hill, just to the east of Camden. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 2:15 p.m. and also severe thunderstorm warning number 3 for the third storm here that we're tracking that's prompted a new severe thunderstorm warning I'm seeing for Butler and Conecuh counties. We talked about this possibility moments ago. That has indeed happened. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning is in progress for the city of Evergreen and also Georgiana and McKenzie. Here's your new polygon. It will shade in just a moment. Evergreen, Castleberry, Jay Villa, also Owassa, Old Texas, Georgiana, anywhere near Midway. Severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued for your area that's in effect until 2:15 local time for this storm that's producing potentially some large hail very near Castleberry along Conecuh County Highway number 6. And also you have the potential for large hail right now approaching Belleville, Fairview, Evergreen. From the south, this storm is moving off to the north at a fairly rapid clip. But we are here to talk about this tornado warning as the area of rotation approaches the Tombigbee River. There are so many areas of rotation right now embedded in this storm that it's hard to say which one the Weather Service issued the warning for. I assume it's this one, but let's go through this. You've got area of rotation number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anywhere in this area, these things could produce potentially a tornado at any time. I need you sheltered in Grove Hill, Whatley, Fulton, Tallahassee Springs, Jackson, Salitpa, Yarbo. Be sheltered right now. You've also got a new area of concern approaching Chatham from the southwest. So Chatham has been under the gun. I realize that for the past few hours. Be sheltered if you're in any of those communities that I just called out. We do note that we did have a confirmed report of a funnel cloud from a previous tornado warning in Thomasville about 45 minutes ago now. And we also had a confirmed tornado very near the Monroe and Conecuh county line there near Repton about an hour ago, an hour and 15 minutes ago now, from that was reported by an emergency manager as well. So no doubt the atmosphere is very unstable. We have 2 tornado warnings that continue right now for those areas. Tell you what, let's go to our social media feeds and check for reports of damage. And again, if you have damage or if you have an interesting weather site, go ahead and send that to us. It's at RZ Weather across the board, Facebook or Twitter. You can also go to our RedZone Weather live stream. We also have a chat on there. So be aware of that. Those are multiple ways to communicate with us. And if you send us damage reports, we will of course relay those to our friends at the National Weather Service office in Mobile. I'm going to step off camera quickly to check a few things here. And again, a tornado warning continues for much of Clark, Washington, and western Wilcox counties. This is in effect until 2:15. All of these warnings are. And I'll take off the radar data just so you can get some idea of who is included in this situation. Let's go ahead and take the radar data off. Again, I'm one-man banding it, so bear with me as we wait on our producer to come in. Here's your tornado warning polygon. You've also got a new severe thunderstorm warning polygon that includes Georgiana, Evergreen, Belleville, Fairview, Old Texas, Lieffian, Midway. Severe thunderstorm warning there for Conecuh, Butler, and even portions of northern Escambia County, Alabama. If you're in Bruton, I know we've got a lot of folks watching here in the city of Bruton, which is where RedZone Weather is based. For now, we don't have issues. This polygon is 2 hours north. So if you're in the city of Bruton, heavy rain is falling right now in areas near the Bruton Country Club along County Highway number 40 and 49, which is Lowry Landing and Appleton Road, but no tornado warning. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. Lots of lightning, lots of thunder, but no issues for now in terms of tornadoes. So certainly some good news. And I'm very concerned about this storm very near Castleberry, producing large hail. And also it's rotating. These storms are rotating, no doubt they are, rotating like a top. However, at this time, it seems like that rotation is not extending down to the ground, which is, of course, what we define as a tornado. No doubt, though, on top of Castleberry, potentially some damaging straight-line winds, and this thing is rotating. So certainly in Evergreen, Fairview, Cohasset Creek, be ready to take shelter at a moment's notice as this thing continues moving off to the northeast at about 55 miles per hour. We've got so many areas of rotation across the area right now that these thunderstorms are just in such a juicy environment for the formation of rotation and tornadoes. It's going to be a long afternoon. We could have tornado warnings in effect for the next few hours across southwest Alabama. But hang with me here. We're going to get through this, I promise you. And no doubt A tornado watch continues until 9 o'clock. So the Weather Service and Storm Prediction Center doing a fantastic job blanketing the area in a tornado watch until 9 o'clock. So that's the latest on that. And the Weather Service has just sent me a message saying that they are monitoring the rotation in the storm near McIntosh. And McIntosh is in the southern part of Washington County. This is U.S. Highway number 43 that connects Jackson ultimately down to the greater Mobile area. Here's this area of concern. The Weather Service noting that a tornado warning polygon may be issued for this thing as it moves up here toward the city of Jackson. So if you're in Jackson or Leroy across the Tombigbee River there, be ready to go to a safe place. Also Wagerville, Gainstown in southern Clark County, be ready to go to a safe place as this possible area of rotation, or this confirmed area of rotation could produce a possible tornado at any minute. No doubt it's moving off to the northeast very rapidly. Tell you what, let's back out, to show you exactly what's going on around the region. And let me go to our other product here, just so we can get some idea of what's going on across the southeast. What's happening is we've got a cold front back here over basically near Memphis, trailing the Mississippi River down to Monroe, Louisiana. All this precipitation out ahead of it is in an environment that is conducive for severe weather below or south of this warm front. And if you step outside right now in the greater Bruton area, Pensacola, Mobile, winds are howling out of the south with that warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico that's fueling these storms. And that's one of the reasons we have these two tornado warning polygons, one of which is for the northwestern part of Wilcox County, and the other is for portions of Clark and Washington counties here in southwest Alabama. Let's zoom in. And I want to show you a rotation product. This is a fairly new product, and you can see exactly areas of rotation in the atmosphere based on other radar products. We get this nice output, and anywhere you see areas of yellow, these tiny little blips, those are the areas that certainly could be rotating and likely are rotating. And like the Weather Service said, this area near McIntosh in southern Washington County is very suspicious, and it's coming in quickly on the greater Jackson area, Leroy, near the Tombigbee River there. Be ready to move to a safe place due to this storm. If you're in Jackson and Leroy, you should already be there because we've got a tornado warning in progress for all these little blips here in Clark and Washington counties. And no doubt the situation just very serious in this part of the world. Let's go back to our reflectivity product. Anywhere along U.S. Highway 84 in Clark County, Gosport, Watley, Grove Hill, Coffeyville, areas to the south of Coffeyville, be sheltered as we've got many areas of rotation right now in your county. Southern part of Thomasville, Fulton, also included in this tornado warning. And I'll tell you what, let's go back over to our high-def radar here. And I note that the area of rotation in Wilcox County is in the process of crossing into Dallas County. And so that's going to be off the board shortly. If you are in Pine Hill, if you're in Pope, Yellow Bluff, also Possum Bend, Catherine, anywhere right there along State Highway 10 that connects Camden over to Pine Hill, I can give you a clear for now, but understand we've got all these areas of rotation back here in Washington and Clark County that could move into your areas over the next, say, 30 to 45 minutes. So be prepped to go back to that safe shelter in the southern part and the western part of Wilcox counties over the next several minutes. If you are in this is going to get confusing, I'm going to be as clear as I can. If you're in the eastern part of southwest Alabama, places like Beatrice, Evergreen, Castleberry, Bruton, we have severe thunderstorm warnings in progress in these areas, or I should say very near these areas. But for now, we have not had tornado warnings in Escambia and Conecuh counties. I understand right now in Evergreen along U.S. Highway 31, very near Fairview, we could have some heavy rain and certainly even some large hail due to this storm that's moving into the Evergreen area. But the tornado risk for now remains fairly low enough that the National Weather Service office in Mobile has not issued a tornado warning for these areas. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, and this is in effect until 2:15 local time for Evergreen and points north. Lieffian, Bowles, also Old Texas, Midway, Georgiana, anywhere near Starlington or Garland or the community of Grace, be ready to move to a safe shelter as we've got this area of concern, this severe thunderstorm moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. The Weather Service has now allowed the tornado warning in Wilcox County to expire. So Pope, Catherine, State Highway 28, anywhere near there, near Miller's Ferry, no tornado warning. It is now off the board in these areas of western Wilcox County. Again, the main concern now is in Clark and Washington County, but as I said a moment ago, I caution you, if you're in those areas in western Wilcox counties, Camden and points to the west, be ready to move to that safe shelter in the next 30 to 45 minutes as these storms, they're moving like trains on a track towards western Wilcox County. No tornado warning for now. Be ready to go back to that safe shelter. If you're in Clark County or Washington County, here's your tornado warning polygon. And I realize that we've still got this area of red. That's going to go off our screen in just a moment, so hang with me. Here's your active tornado warning polygon. Fulton, southern part of Thomasville along US Highway 43, Grove Hill, Whatley, also southern part of Coffeyville, northern part of Jackson, Leroy. Be sheltered right now as we've got this tornado warning that continues until 2:15 local time for much of Clark and Washington counties. Let's go back to our reflectivity, or excuse me, our velocity product here. And the atmosphere is so primed for severe weather today that we've got so many areas of rotation. Let's count these. 1, 2, a broad area here, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one, which is the main concern here, 7. This looks particularly healthy as it comes into the Jackson area. So if you're in Jackson or Leroy, be sheltered right now. Course of least regret, helmets on, lowest floor, site-built structure, away from windows and doors. Jackson, Leroy along US Highway 43 there near the Tom Bigby River. Be sheltered as this area of rotation is moving into your area. We don't have a formal warning out on that just yet, but I wouldn't be shocked in the next few minutes if trends continue for the Weather Service to issue a warning here. This new warning, if it's issued, would likely include the Gainestown area and also Gosport, perhaps Lower Peachtree as well. So be prepped to move to those areas in Lower Peachtree, Gosport, Gainestown in the next few minutes. But if you're in Jackson, you're technically still under a tornado warning for the next few minutes, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a new one in moments. So hang with me here as we've got this tornado warning in effect until 2:15. Again, the severe weather threat, even if we have these tornado warnings canceled, which I don't think is going to happen over the next few moments, the severe weather threat is going to be continuing basically until midnight. We advertised that this morning on our RedZone Weather video. If you haven't already, be sure to like the RedZone Weather Facebook page. It's facebook.com/RZWeather, or you can go to the search bar and type in Spinks Megginson RedZone Weather, and that will get you where you need to go and get all our social media updates. The Weather Service noting that there's a stronger/tighter circulation in the storm near Wagerville in Washington County, moving into Clark County. So let's zoom in there because that's what they're talking about right now. Wagerville is a community that sits right in through here. And as I said moments ago, we could have that new tornado warning. That has indeed happened. So if you're in Jackson, Leroy, I don't care where you are in the city limits of Jackson and Leroy, get sheltered right now. Do not wait as we've got this now very tight circulation very near Wagerville moving off to the northeast. A very serious situation there. I'm going to step off camera and send out a new RedZone Weather text alert and see exactly what we've got going on some other parameters here. And again, Wagerville, Jackson, Leroy, Whatley, Grove Hill, Lower Peachtree, Gosport. Be sheltered right now as this new tornado warning is in effect until basically, let's see, 2:30 p.m. So we're going to be here until at least 2:30. We've been here since 12 o'clock. Coming up on hour 3 of coverage here from Bruton, Alabama. Let's back out a bit and do a reset here for everyone that just may be joining us. Again, much of Clark County has been under the gun today. That is not changing. We have now a new tornado warning for portions of Clark County. Let's go through a few of the communities that are under greatest risk right now. You need to be in the lowest floor of your site-built structure away from windows and doors in places like Jackson, Leroy, Grove Hill, also Whatley, Gosport, Lower Peachtree, Also, anywhere near Cyrene, which is a tiny community there along the old line road there, which is a Clark County highway right in through here in the eastern part of the county, be sheltered. Gainestown, which sits right in through here, be sheltered. Do not wait. Lowest floor, site-built structure, away from windows and doors. Clark County, I can't stress that enough. This tornado warning in effect until 2:30. Let's put the radar data back on. I want to zoom into the greater Jackson area. And again, I know we've got folks watching Pensacola, Bruton, no issues for now. The issue is over here in Clark and Washington counties. This is Jackson. The darker line you see here is U.S. Highway number 43 that connects Grove Hill basically down to ultimately the greater Mobile area. And anywhere in Clark County, I don't care where you are, no travel right now along U.S. Highway 43, basically from Thomasville down to the northern part of Mobile County, as we've got this new tornado warning. Jackson, Leroy, I can't stress this enough. Be sheltered in these areas as this possible tornado is on top of you. Do not wait. Get to your safe place now. I hope you can hear the urgency in my voice. This is a very dangerous situation coming into the greater Jackson area, moving off to the northeast. Let's look at this on the velocity product. I know in the last few frames, the thing is sort of ramped up. No doubt about it. This is your area of rotation crossing the Tombigbee River right now. Very near Jackson, just to the south of there. Leroy sits right here. You've got Wagerville. Anywhere near those communities that I've just called out, be sheltered. This thing is going to come up here very near Gainestown or just to the north of there in the southern part of Clark County. You've got Watley here, Gosport here, Cyrene, Lower Peachtree, Fulton, Grove Hill. I realize Grove Hill has been under the gun now for what seems like 2 hours, and if you're in Grove Hill, I need you sheltered. These areas are blessed with lead time. If you know someone in these areas, call them. This is a very sparsely populated area of the world, especially here in the eastern part of Clark County near the old line road. Doesn't matter. Call them, let them know we've got a tornado warning right now until 2:30 p.m. for these areas in the eastern part of Clark County, basically from just to the west of Grove Hill and points east. Grove Hill points east, Fulton points east. Be in a safe place right now as we've got this tornado warning that's just been issued. Let's take you back out on a wide view here. And also, new report now from Evergreen. So let's zoom in there briefly, and then we'll do kind of a wide view. Here's the storm in Evergreen, and this is a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect until 2:15, I believe it is, for portions of Evergreen. We've got confirmed dime-size hail falling right now in the city of Evergreen. So no travel, certainly. You want to be inside right now if you're in Evergreen, because we've got dime-size hail from this storm that's moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. And again, this is Evergreen in Conecuh County. You've got State Highway 83, U.S. Highway number 84, and also U.S. Highway 31 that connects Bruton up to Evergreen up to McKenzie. No travel right now on any of those roads that I just called out, as we've got this area of concern very near Evergreen producing confirmed dime-size hail. That report coming in from our friends at the National Weather Service office in Mobile. Take you out on a wide view here, as I said we would. Lots of lightning, lots of thunder, lots of heavy rain continues in many of these areas, but the concern is for areas included in these polygon regions. And you hear the wind outside perhaps producing some noise there. That's because we've got strong winds across the area. A wind advisory is in effect for all these counties that you can see here in southwest Alabama for the next few hours, as strong Gulf moisture is going to continue pushing northward ahead of the advancing cold front. That's one of the reasons we've got all these issues today. But the concern here is Clark County. If you're in Washington County, I need you sheltered, especially near Wagerville, say for the next 1 to 2 minutes. And in Wagerville, I should be able to give you a clear from that specific storm momentarily. Again, here's your polygon in the eastern part of Clark and the far eastern part of Washington County as well. We've also got this older polygon, and we'll see what the Weather Service allows that to do. It seems like they're going to let that expire, say, in about 8 minutes. Just got an update on that, actually. Several areas of rotation is what the Weather Service is noting. Tell you what, let's go back over to this other product so I can show you exactly where the area of rotation is. All right, so no doubt, Jackson, Leroy, be in a safe place right now. If you happen to be watching from Thomasville or Grove Hill, The issues are south of you for now. However, Grove Hill is still technically included in these tornado warning polygons. So if you're in Grove Hill, I want you in a safe place now. Lowest floor, site-built structure, away from windows and doors. And I realize that many of you may be watching us for the first time. One of the things that I advocate majorly is these wonderful football helmets. And if you are included in this tornado warning polygon in Clark or Washington counties, I want you to go ahead and if you happen to have a football helmet, grab it, put it on, and get in that lowest floor of your site-built structure away from windows and doors. These things can save your life, no doubt about it. Again, there's the reminders on the far right part of your screen. You want to move to a site-built structure, grab a helmet, grab a whistle. If your house happens to be damaged, you can whistle and let the first responders know where you are and that you're alive. And also, you want to have closed-toed shoes on, because if you happen to have damage to your house, you don't want to be walking around in flip-flops, exposed your feet there, because that can certainly pose an issue, especially if you have wiring damage. And so, again, football helmets on right now in portions of Clark County, Grove Hill, Whatley, Fulton, Cyrene, Lower Peachtree, Gainstown, anywhere near those communities. Grab those helmets, put them on right now, as we've got this tornado warning that's in effect until 2:30 p.m. Current time is 1:54 p.m. If you're just joining us, I'm Spinks Megginson. You're watching a live RedZone Weather severe weather coverage for this tornado warning in portions of Clark and Washington counties. I'm going to grab a swig of water here. Going on now 2 hours of coverage. We started at noon when the first tornado warning was issued over here in Clark and Washington counties, and these folks have been under the gun all day long, and I realize that, but you got to be sheltered in those communities that I just called out in the eastern part of Clark and Washington counties, as this is a very serious situation. Here's your area of rotation right in through here, very near Jackson. If you happen to be catching this at the last minute, Jackson, Leroy, be in a safe place now. Do not wait. And again, the current time is, excuse me, 1:55 p.m. Excuse me. Checking our social media feeds here to see if we have any reports of damage. Again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. If you have damage, go ahead and tweet at us at RZ Weather. You can also find us on Facebook. It's Spinks Megginson, RedZone Weather. That's RedZone Weather on Facebook, and we will get those damage or weather pictures out to the appropriate authorities. In this case, it's the National Weather Service office in Mobile. So no doubt about it, social media is a blessing for us. It enables us to chat with many people from around the region. And I'm not seeing any damage pictures from Clark County or Washington County. Now, let me stress this. If you're in Clark and Washington County, you don't have any business going out to get a weather picture. I want you sheltered, especially if you're included in this tornado warning polygon that runs until 2:30 p.m. Don't go outside trying to get a weather picture. That is a terrible idea. You need to be in the lowest floor of your site-built structure away from windows and doors. Whatley, Gosport, Lower Peachtree, Grove Hill, Point South, Gainstown, Jackson, Leroy. Be sheltered right now as we've got this tornado warning. Let's go back to our other radar product here and turn on the radar data. And South Alabama is just a mess right now. We've got a tornado watch in effect until 9 p.m. local time, and 2 tornado warning polygons that are in effect for Clark and Washington counties. Heavy rain right now in the northern part of Baldwin and the western part of Escambia County. Stockton, Porch, Huxford, Uri. Very heavy rain right now, but these storms are under severe limits for now. Could that change? Absolutely. And we could have more tornado warnings, especially from these storms that are moving in from the Gulf of Mexico, moving off to the northeast in the coming hours. But if you're in the Mobile Metro, Dauphin Island, also Loxley, anywhere near Gatewood in Baldwin County, Bruton, East Bruton, Flomaton, Canoe, Walbeek, Wallace. No issues for now. Rain continues, maybe a clap of thunder and lightning, but no severe weather. The severe weather threat right now is over Clark, Monroe, Wilcox, Conecuh, and Butler counties. We had reports moments ago of dime-sized hail falling in Evergreen. Let's look at that real quick. This thing is paralleling the interstate. So let's say that you have travel plans basically from Bruton points north along Interstate 65. Just wait. This thing is producing hail. We know it is, and it's continuing to move off to the northeast. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until, I believe, 2:30 p.m. Let's check that and make sure. Yeah, it's 2:15 actually. So here's your polygon for this severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 2:15 local time for Evergreen and points to the northeast along Interstate 65. You've got Evergreen, Owasso, also the community of Grace, the community of Garland, Georgiana, Starlington, also the community of Buling right there in Butler counties, all included in this severe thunderstorm warning due to this storm that could produce damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour. And also, we know it's producing at least dime-sized hail, or did moments ago in the Evergreen area. No travel right now on 65. This is US Highway 31 here in Butler County and also Conecuh County. No travel right now on 31 out of Evergreen toward Greenville. No travel on 31 right now. You've also got this severe thunderstorm warning in Wilcox and Monroe counties. This is north of the greater Monroeville area. You've got Alabama Highway number 41 that connects Camden down to Monroeville. This is very hilly and rugged terrain here in the northern part of Monroe counties. But the call to action is clearly places like Oak Hill, Snow Hill, Pineapple, and points west. Camden points east. This is Alabama Highway number 10. You've got Alabama Highway number 21 that connects Riley Crossing up here to Oak Hill and ultimately Snow Hill. No travel right now because we've got that severe thunderstorm warning. You want to, of course, be inside. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know about being inside during severe weather. Lots of lightning and thunder in these areas, but the tornado threat in this specific polygon remains fairly low, and that's why the Weather Service has opted to issue this severe thunderstorm warning as opposed to issuing a tornado warning. Let's go back to our friends over in Clark counties and Washington counties, I should say. And no doubt about it, we've got two main areas of rotation. The one that we've been monitoring that was very near Wagerville moments ago has now pushed into Clark counties, just to the east of Jackson. I don't want to be so specific though, because this is a tornado warning that's in effect for Jackson and Gainestown points north here in Clark County. Be sheltered right now. No doubt about it, we've also got an area of rotation right here on top of Grove Hill. If you're in Grove Hill, be sheltered right now as this area of concern in the atmosphere is moving off to the northeast towards Cyrene and Lower Peachtree. Again, a very sparsely populated part of the world, but no doubt these people matter. And I want you to let them know that we've got a tornado warning right now for Lower Peachtree, Cyrene, Gosport, Whatley. Be sheltered in those areas over the next several minutes. Good news, Thomasville, for now, no tornado warning. If you're watching from Thomasville, Sunny South, Pine Hill, Tallahassee Springs, Campbell, anywhere along Alabama Highway number 154 that runs west of Thomasville, no issues for now in this part of Clark County. You've also got Coffeyville and Salitpa, US Highway 84 to the west of Grove Hill. These areas not included in this tornado warning polygon, but the issues are here in Clark County, basically to the south of Thomasville, south of Fulton, along US Highway 43, two areas of rotation. And actually, I see another area of rotation approaching Claiborne and Purdue Hill from the south. No official warning out on that, but understand if you're in Monroe County, Claiborne, Purdue Hill, Scratch Ankle, Tunnel Springs. We could have a new tornado warning shortly for those areas, so keep that in mind. And I'm getting a new message from the National Weather Service. This is going to be an expiration. I believe it's this warning that's now off the board for the areas that I just mentioned. Thomasville, 154, Tallahassee Springs, points west. No tornado warning out for those regions for now. So certainly some good news there. And we are noting, let's go back to our wide view here. Look at these storms in the Gulf. These are big storms. These are supercell thunderstorms that have developed out over the Gulf of Mexico. These things are rotating, and these things are going to move towards the shoreline here. Gulf Shores, Pensacola, Destin, Fort Walton, Seaside, Panama City. All those areas need to be very, very aware that we've got supercell thunderstorms approaching from the south. Those things are likely going to move towards the coast. They are moving towards the coast in the coming hours. So serious situation in the Gulf of Mexico. I would not be surprised if we've got several waterspouts down in this region. But again, we are here because of the tornado warning in Clark County. And let's zoom in there and show you exactly where we're looking for this possible tornado. This is the velocity product. And I realize that I've kind of glossed over this. Let me kind of give you an explanation of what's going on here. When you have the classic radar view, you are looking at how fast the rain is falling from the clouds. But in this wonderful velocity view, this shows us exactly which way the rain droplets are moving in the clouds as compared to the location of the radar site. And the concern here is this couplet region very near Jackson and Leroy. That's the area of main concern that's prompted this tornado warning for Clark County. We definitely have some rotation. They are just very near Jackson. If you're in Jackson, I need you to stay sheltered. Leroy, stay sheltered. If you're in Watley, Gosport, Gainstown, get sheltered now. This thing is on your doorstep and it's moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. Be ready, be sheltered now if you're in those communities that I just called out. If you're in Grove Hill, also got an area of rotation on top of you. So understand, the tornado warning that prompted this is in the far southern part of Clark County, but it doesn't matter because we've got this area of concern very near Grove Hill moving on, and this thing's getting stronger. You saw the last frame there. If you're in Fulton, Lower Peachtree, Cyrene, Grove Hill, anywhere near there, Old Line Road, be sheltered right now as we've got these two possible tornadoes now right in through here. And I note that the Weather Service has now trimmed Washington County out of the warning. So let's take off our radar data and show you who's involved in this. If you're in Clark County, Jackson, Grove Hill, you are still included in this tornado warning that runs until basically 2:30 p.m. For much of Clark County. Just reading the text here from our friends at the National Weather Service. Again, 2:30 p.m., much of Clark County under the gun from this tornado warning. However, Washington County is now out of this tornado warning. So McIntosh and Wakerville, I can officially give you a clear for now. Understand the severe weather threat is not over for your regions, but if you are in McIntosh or Wakerville, the deal is the tornado warning has been canceled for Washington counties along US Highway 43 there outside of Leroy going south toward the greater Mobile area. No issues right now, basically from Leroy and points south in terms of a tornado warning. That's the deal right now. And tell you what, let's go back over to our reflectivity product. I'm really concerned about our friends in Georgiana and Starlington, McKenzie, points to the west there. This thing has produced dime-size hail, we know from a confirmed report in Evergreen, but if you're along Interstate 65, I would advise you to get to the pull over, obviously lots of heavy rain, but if you can get to a structure that can protect your car from hail, especially here, the Georgiana exit is exit number 107, or excuse me, 114, that's the Georgiana Starlington exit. You've got the Grace Garland exit right in through here, that is exit number 107. If you happen to be catching this driving south along US Interstate 65, pull over and get to a structure that can protect your car because this storm has a history of producing some damaging hail, or excuse me, small hail, and it's moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. So that's the latest on that. So we've kind of talked about all regions now under the gun. We've got 3 warnings, 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, and 1 tornado warning for portions of Clark County. I want to step off camera briefly, quickly, just to check a few more things. And what I'm doing here is seeing exactly what we've got going on from our friends at the Weather Service and also some other parameters. And again, a tornado warning continues until 2:30 p.m. for portions of Clark County, Grove Hill, Fulton, Gainstown, Gosport, Watley. Be sheltered right now. No doubt about it. You got to be sheltered in those areas as this possible tornado very near Jackson is moving off to the northeast. And tell you what, I'm going to look at a few other things here. Again, if you've got damage, we've talked about this before, but perhaps you're catching this at the last, or catching this for the first time, I should say. If you've got damage, we will, of course, pass that along to the National Weather Service. Be sure to show us the damage on our Twitter feed. It's at RZ Weather on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook, even Facebook, facebook.com/RZ Weather for all the latest weather across southwest Alabama and northwest Florida. All right, we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning, and this is going to be for the northern portion of Baldwin and also southern Clark and southern Monroe counties. So this is about to get very confusing for folks in Clark County, strictly because we've got 2 polygons. And if you're not familiar, I keep saying the word polygon. About 8 years ago now, the National Weather Service had this brilliant idea to issue weather warning polygons instead of issuing the entire county under severe weather warnings. So the idea here is to warn the affected part of the county and leave everyone else alone who isn't involved in this. So Thomasville, Coffeyville right now, Tallahassee Springs, Bashee, they don't have a tornado warning right now. There's no issues in terms of severe weather in those regions, but if you're in Grove Hill or also Gosport, Watley, you are under a tornado warning until 2:30 p.m. for this area of concern right in through here, very near Jackson, just to the east of Leroy. As this thing moves off to the northeast at a very rapid clip, this thing is approaching US Highway 84 from the south, very near Watley. Let's zoom in on this area so you can get some idea of where we're talking about. This is US Highway number 43 that connects Thomasville down to Jackson. No travel right now south of Thomasville, north of Jackson on 43. You've also got 84 that connects Monroeville over to Grove Hill and ultimately Coffeyville. Watley, Gosport, Cyrene, also Dickinson, Alabama. So it's right in through here. Leroy, Lower Peachtree. Be in a safe place right now as we've got this possible tornado very near Watley. What happens is the tornado threat is on the far southwestern flank of these storms. So here's your possible tornado right in through here, approaching Watley from the southwest. Watley, Gosport. If you're catching this at the last minute or know someone in those areas, call them, let them know that a potential tornado is on their doorstep and it's moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. Call them now. Do not wait. This is a very serious situation. You've also got this area of rotation over here in Monroe County, very near Claiborne and also Purdue Hill. So watching that closely, as well as we've got this new severe thunderstorm warning. Let's tell you who's involved in this new one. And I see we've actually got 2 new severe thunderstorm warnings. So let's tell you who's in on that. And put the radar data back on. The southern part of Clark County, much of Monroe County, areas that have had a severe thunderstorm warning as recently as about 30 to 45 minutes ago. Frisco City, Excel, Mexie, Purdue Hill, also Uri, areas near McGargle, right in through here. Chrysler, Alabama, which sits in the southern part of Monroe County. Severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for your region until 2:45 p.m. and that's the time on that. You've also got northern Baldwin County included, areas near Tensaw. A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for your region. You want to be, of course, inside. I'm not telling you information you don't already know. Inside, and you want to be ready to move to the interior portion of your house at a moment's notice, as this storm could produce damaging straight-line winds and also some hail. We've got a new severe thunderstorm warning also in effect for much of Butler County. That's going to include the southern fringe of Greenville, and that one runs until 2:45 as well. This is going to include many exits along Interstate 65, 130, 128, 114, 107, 101. All included, those exits are included in this new severe thunderstorm warning. So the bottom line for that is no travel right now along Interstate 65, north of Evergreen, south of Greenville. No travel. Pull over if you have to. Get to a gas station in terms of protecting your car from the hail threat due to this storm that's crossing the Sapulga River that separates Conecuh and Butler counties right in through here. That's the Sapulga River. And this storm, the core of that storm is very near those 3 bridges along Interstate 65 as you travel north or southbound there. South of Georgiana, southwest of Georgiana, just to the west of McKenzie. No doubt a hail threat going to be imminently in Georgiana very shortly. So if you know someone in Georgiana, you might call them, let them know they need to get their cars, especially into a carport or garage, as this thing is on their doorstep. You don't want to be out and about in this thing, but if you happen to be in a situation where you have your car out and exposed and you can move it into the garage very quickly, I would certainly advise you to do that in Georgiana, Starlington, Grace, Garland, or even Greenville as this storm continues paralleling the interstate here up Interstate 65. The National Weather Service is going to continue this tornado warning for Clark County until 2:30 p.m. for much of the county. And I'll tell you what, we're going to wait on this polygon to update here on our radar system, but no doubt about it, if you're in Watley, Gosport, Lower Peachtree, Cyrene, Dickinson, or Fulton, be in a safe place as this possible tornado is on all those communities' doorstep. I mean, this thing is coming up into the northeastern part of Clark County. Let's put up our reminders, if we can, on the other side of me here for the folks that just may be catching this at the last minute. This is for Clark County. You are involved in this tornado warning until 2:30 p.m. Current time is 2:12 p.m., so about 18 more minutes on this thing. Coming into the far northeastern part of Clark County. Lowest floor, site-built structure, away from windows and doors. The idea, as I've said many times before, is to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. You want to be in an interior hallway, closet, or bathroom away from windows and doors. If you have a football, bicycle, baseball, ballistics helmet, any other type of helmet, go ahead and put that thing on. I know it looks funny, but the idea is to protect your head from falling debris, from flying debris, anything like that. Put the helmet on. I know it looks funny if you're in Clark County, especially Grove Hill points east. Also, closed-toed shoes. If you have damage to your house, we hope you don't, but if you do, you need to have closed-toed shoes on to protect your feet if you have to be walking on wiring and that sort of thing. You also want to have a whistle. We hope that your house doesn't have damage or that sort of thing, but if you do, you need to have a whistle so you can alert the first responders to your house in case you have damage. So closed-toed shoes, whistle, helmets on, lowest floor, away from windows and doors right now in Clark County. Grove Hill, Dickinson, Fulton, Gosport, be in a safe place. Now, let's have a wide view here. And we note that we've got tornado warnings also back here in Mississippi. And we're not going to focus on those, but I would encourage you, if you know someone in Meridian, let them know there's a tornado warning on their doorstep in the county just to the west of them. That's a very populated county in Mississippi there where Interstate 5920 splits off there in Meridian, so be aware of that. Tornado watch continues for the entirety of southwest Alabama and northwest Florida, the entire red zone weather coverage zone until 9 p.m. Any county you see here shaded in pink, basically from Sumter, Greene, Hale, Perry, Dallas, Watauga, points south, Escambia, Clark, Wilcox, all these counties are included in this tornado watch that's in effect until 9 p.m. local time. The deal is we've got this main line of storms back here in Mississippi, and it's going to be a long afternoon and evening, folks. Here's your back edge of this thing, and once this line moves through our region, that is when the severe weather threat will end. It is not over yet. We have a tornado watch, as I said, in effect until 9 p.m. local time with all these precursor storms, discrete storms out ahead of the main line that are rotating. So you need to be prepared to move to a safe site-built structure at a moment's notice if need be. And of course, if you're in Clark County right in here, we need you in a safe place now. Do not wait. Let's look at our rotation product here. No doubt the rotation is a bit more broad, but it doesn't matter. You need to be in a safe place. Whatley, Gosport, Cyrene, Dickinson. Right now, anywhere along the old line road there in the eastern fringe of Clark County, I want you sheltered. If you know someone, you got to call them. Let them know that we've got this possible tornado very near Whatley along US Highway 84. Right now, this thing is moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. Let's check our Twitter feeds and also social media feeds here. And again, if you have damage, we will get that to the folks at the National Weather Service office in Mobile if you send that to us. So keep that in mind. And the Weather Service noting that the circulation in the tornado-warned storm is now in the process of approaching US 84 from the south. This thing is going to be on top of 84 in a matter of moments, if it's not already, very near Whatley and Grove Hill. So anywhere near there along US Highway 84, be in a safe place right now as this tornado is on your doorstep, trucking off to the northeast. Tell you what, going to check our, again, feeds for damage. And checking our Facebook page, checking the Twitter page, just to see if we've got any new damage reports. And I'm not seeing any reports of damage for now, so that's certainly a good thing. Tell you what, I want to, if we can take my laptop full, that would be great. Let's take my laptop full. This is a view from the Flomaton area. I just got a photo sent in, and this is the type of thing that you're seeing across southwest Alabama. These low clouds that look very ominous and spooky, but if you're in Flomaton, if you're in Bruton, if you're in Atmore, no issues for now. A tornado watch continues for those regions until basically 9 o'clock, but this is the type of thing that you're seeing across the region. But these clouds look ominous, but they're really not that bad, and so that's what we hope we will keep. Again, another view here. This is from just to the northwest of Fulton along US Highway 31. I appreciate Carolyn Hart sending in this picture to show all our good folks exactly what's transpiring out there right now. Lots of low clouds, lots of low stratus clouds, but nothing in the way of tornadoes or severe thunderstorms are in progress across Escambia County, Alabama, or anywhere close by. So certainly some good news. Tell you what, let's take you back to the radar now. And I realize we've been looking at the radar a good bit this afternoon. That's because we've had tornado warnings in progress for many minutes here. And I do note that the National Weather Service office in Jackson is tracking a large confirmed tornado near Montrose, Mississippi. That's in Jasper County, Mississippi. And so if you know someone near Montrose, Mississippi, large confirmed tornado on the ground right now, you need to let them know. Again, the call to action is Montrose, Mississippi. That's where we have a confirmed tornado. But we are here to talk about this tornado warning in Clark County. And we're going to hang with you until we get this tornado warning off the board. Your main area of concern is right here near Watley. This is US Highway number 84. And no doubt about it, the possible tornado is very near Watley right now. The tornado possible tornado is happening on the southwestern flank of this thing. Let's go over to our velocity product and just see exactly how this thing looks. And let's put this into motion. You can see that moments ago, this area of rotation was very near Jackson and Leroy. And as it pushed off to the northeast, the National Weather Service clipped Washington County out of the tornado warning, and now the concern is right in through here near the Claiborne Lock and Dam, very near Watley, very near Gosport, very near Cyrene, just south of there along the old line road in eastern Clark County. Again, Thomasville and Jackson and Campbell, Tallahassee Springs, Coffeyville, no issues for you for now. That could change in the hours ahead. Thomasville, Tallahassee Springs, Coffeyville, Jackson, no issues. But Grove Hill, Fulton, Lower Peachtree, Dickinson, tornado warning continues for your region until 2:30 p.m., I believe it is. Yes, 2:30 p.m. And we got about 11 more minutes left on this thing. Hang with me here. This is the tornado warning, the only tornado warning that we've got right now across the state of Alabama. We do have these 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, and we also note that the storm that prompted this severe thunderstorm warning here in Conecuh and Butler counties, this thing produced confirmed hail of dime size in Evergreen. So no doubt about it, we know this thing can produce dime size hail. It has, and I would suggest that perhaps still we could have some dime size hail very near the 3 bridges that Interstate 65 crosses the Sapulga River there, coming up here towards Georgiana, Starlington, Grace, Garland, Greenville, in central Butler County. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for those areas. You've also got that severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the southern part of Clark, southern part of Monroe County, far northern part of Baldwin County for places near Tensas. That's in effect until 2:45 p.m. That's your severe thunderstorm warning polygon there. Not a tornado warning, that's a severe thunderstorm warning polygon. Lots of lightning, lots of thunder in those storms, but Bay Minette, Foley, Robertsdale, Gulf Shores, Daphne. Much of Baldwin County is not included in this severe thunderstorm warning, as you can see here. Again, it's all shaded in pink because we've got this tornado warning, tornado watch that's in effect until 9 p.m. local time. But the only tornado warning that we have on the board right now is in the northeastern part, I should say, of Clark County. And this thing is going to likely move into Wilcox and Monroe counties here, just to the northwest of Scratch Ankle, Alabama, very near Coy, very near Lower Peachtree. All those areas understand we could have a tornado warning. In fact, we already do for Lower Peachtree here in Clark County. Let's go over to our velocity product and see the area of main concern. Again, we talked about this earlier. What the radar can do is see which way the water droplets are moving in the clouds here, and we've got a couplet right in through here. That's your area of main concern, very near Watley and Gosport along US Highway 84. This thing is moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip, and so I would advise, if you're in the northwestern part of Monroe County, very hilly, rugged terrain in this part of the world, be ready to move to a safe place at a moment's notice, as we've got this possible tornado on your doorstep. Also, southern Wilcox County, Coy, Veredenburg, be ready to move to a safe place as this potential tornado continues moving off to the northeast. Again, there's your polygon for portions of Clark County. And the call to action is for Dickinson, Cyrene, Lower Peachtree. Be ready to move, or excuse me, seek shelter right now. Wilcox, Monroe, especially the northwestern part of Monroe, southern part of Wilcox. Be ready to move to a safe place in these areas, as we could have another tornado warning issued very shortly. Seeing ominous clouds across the region. If you follow us on Twitter, I just tweeted out a picture coming from very near Tuscaloosa. The entire state is shrouded in heavy rain, lightning, thunder, most of the state that is, and scenes like that are going to be very common from across the region. In fact, if you'll go ahead and take my laptop full, this is a view from Bryant-Denny Stadium looking off to the north there. University Boulevard is, of course, there. Lots of rain across Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, all those areas. Let's go back to the radar, but no warnings in Tuscaloosa or Birmingham for now. The only tornado warning we have in the state of Alabama right now is in Clark County. Cyrene, Dickinson, and Lower Peachtree are your main areas of concern right in here near the Old Line Road in eastern Clark County. Anywhere near the Old Line Road, I want you sheltered now. If you know someone in those that lives near there, call them. Let them know that we've got a tornado warning that continues for the next few minutes for eastern Clark County. You've also got these 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for much of Butler and a portion of Conecuh County to the northeast of Evergreen for this storm that has a history of producing some large hail very near Evergreen. So that's the deal with that. You've also got this severe thunderstorm warning in the southern part of Monroe County that includes Purdue Hill, Frisco City, Mexie, Uri, Chrysler, McGargle, Gainestown, Tensas. All those areas under a severe thunderstorm warning until 2:45. Let's put the radar data back on so you can see exactly what's going on around the region. And again, heavy rain continues across many places across South Alabama. Wilcox County is just shrouded in heavy rain. The entirety of the county. It's raining Oak Hill, Camden, Miller's Ferry, Pine Hill, but no warnings for now. That could change, especially in the southern part of Wilcox, in a matter of moments. So hang with me, we'll talk about that. You've also got these isolated thunderstorms in western Escambia County. Heavy rain continues right now in portions of Atmore, Porch, Huxford, the Holman and Fountain prisons, anywhere near there. Lots of heavy rain is happening right now, but no warnings are in effect due to these storms. You've also got heavy rain near Molino, McDavid, Walnut Hill, also Northview High School there in the northern part of Escambia County, Florida, but no warnings, which is good news. Same thing in Baldwin County. You see this isolated storm down here near Point Clear producing a good bit of lightning. That thing is moving to the north, but no warnings for now. We're here to talk about this tornado warning for Clark County. And I want to get a few more messages out here. I know that we're in the midst of this live stream event, but social media must go on because most folks aren't watching the live stream. And all right, and this we've seen damage in Mississippi, Louisiana, but in terms of damage across southwest Alabama and northwest Florida, I haven't seen any reports of damage from our specific region, and so that's good news. We will focus on the damage in a bit, and I'm getting several Twitter updates from folks around the region who are tweeting me pictures from damage from storms in Mississippi and Louisiana, but we're going to not talk about that until we get all these tornado warnings off the board. Then we will focus on damage. So keep sending that in. I promise we'll get to it, but for now we've got a very urgent and potentially life-threatening situation happening right here in the eastern flank of Clark County, coming into Monroe County, very near the Claiborne lock and down along US Highway 84. And also some new information here. This is going to be a new severe thunderstorm warning. So what's happened here is the National Weather Service has opted to issue a severe thunderstorm warning for much of eastern Clark, Wilcox, and also northwestern Monroe County. So one would have to assume that this is going to include Coy, Veredenburg, Scratch Ankle, Camden, also the community of Chestnut, likely to be included in this new severe thunderstorm warning that you're going to see pop up in just a matter of moments for the southern part of Wilcox, western part of Monroe, and eastern part of Clark County. That's going to be this new severe thunderstorm warning as the Weather Service has opted to, instead of issuing a tornado warning, issue a severe thunderstorm warning. And there's the new polygon. Let's talk about who's involved in this. You've got Veredenburg, Beatrice, Pineapple, Camden, Oak Hill, Snow Hill, also Chestnut, Coy, Scratch Ankle, Tunnel Springs, Riley Crossing, all included in this new severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be in effect until 3:15 p.m. local time. So about, say, 45 plus minutes left on that severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued for the northern part of Monroe, southern part of Wilcox counties here in South Alabama. This is good news because what the Weather Service has opted to do is allow this tornado warning to expire, and that's what we want to hear. And I believe, I'm joined today, by the way, by Bruce Thompson. He is our Chief Legal Officer and our Executive Producer today, so we certainly want to thank him for being here. Bruce, it looks like we are going to have no tornado warnings on the board in about 3 minutes, so that's certainly some good news. What we're going to do, we're going to talk about the damage that's happened in some other places, and also the severe thunderstorm warnings, but for now, no tornado warnings in about 3 minutes. Again, call to action here in far eastern Clark County, very near Lower Peachtree, but this is going to expire in about 2.5 minutes now. The National Weather Service has sent a message in our private NWS chat indicating that they will let this tornado warning expire. So what I want to do in about 2 minutes is go through some of the damage that's happened west of here in places like Mississippi and Louisiana. We're going to talk about the situation overall, what's happening across the southeast, and we're going to give you a broad view of these severe thunderstorm warnings before we leave you, because the deal is we won't have any tornado warnings after, say, about 2 minutes from now. This one in eastern Clark is going to be allowed to expire, and so we're going to leave you for a bit. But if we have new tornado warnings, we will, of course, be right back on the live stream, keeping you informed about what's happening across the region. So, again, about 1 minute and 30 seconds left on this tornado warning, as this area of rotation is very near Lower Peachtree, and this thing has become more broad, which is good news. Your area of concern is to the north now of US Highway 84. You've got Claiborne Lock and Dam, this area of rotation, just near there, or very near there, or just to the north of there is what I'm trying to say. You've also got much of Alabama Highway 41, Alabama Highway 21 included in this new severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be the replacement for this tornado warning in the far eastern part of Clark County as this thing continues moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. So about 30 more seconds, and I'll be able to give a tornado warning-free message to everyone here in southwest Alabama for now. However, I want to also look at one more thing. Look at these storms down here in the Gulf of Mexico. These are supercell thunderstorms out ahead of this main line of storms that's far behind me, far off your view. These things are in a very moist environment, obviously, over the Gulf of Mexico, and they're moving off to the north. In fact, let's put the radar in motion here. And you can see they're moving off to the northeast at a very rapid clip. Understand, this is far to the south of the radar, and so you're seeing some echoes here off in the atmosphere. But the deal is these are supercell thunderstorms, and these are going to pose a problem potentially for our northwest Florida communities. Pace, Pensacola, Milton, Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, Navarre, Destin, Seaside, also Ebro, the community of Bruce, also Defuniak Springs, all those areas that I just called out. You need to be weather ready over the next few hours as we've got these supercell thunderstorms in the Gulf of Mexico pushing off to the east and northeast over the next few hours. So we certainly could have a few more tornado warnings before the day is over. Don't let your guard down. I encourage you, have a way to receive warnings over the next few hours. All right, it is now 2:30 p.m. the current time here in the Central Time Zone, 3:30 in the east, 12:30 in the west, and 2:30 here in the Central Time Zone, where we do not have any tornado warnings here in Alabama or Northwest Florida. If you're just joining us, I'm Spinks Megginson. You're watching a live RedZone Weather broadcast where we have just had approximately 2.5 hours of tornado warning coverage for specific counties here in southwest Alabama. At one point, we had 4 counties, or portions of those 4 counties, under a tornado warning. Washington, Clark, Monroe, Conecuh counties. They have all had at least some portion of the county included in a tornado warning in the past 2.5 hours. But for now, we just have severe thunderstorm warnings. And I say the word just, this is still a serious situation in these severe thunderstorm warning polygons. So let's go ahead and zoom in there so you can see exactly who's included. Again, I want to reiterate, no tornado warnings are in progress across southwest Alabama or northwest Florida. But we do have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in progress. Let's go ahead and take you through those bit by bit. And the first one is severe thunderstorm warning number 1, and this is going to be for the storm very near Georgiana. We've talked about this over the past few minutes, that this storm had dime-sized hail near Evergreen. It's now near Georgiana. If you're in Greenville or Fort Dale or anywhere near Interstate 65 here, near exits 130, 128, 114, 107, or 101. Severe thunderstorm warnings, severe thunderstorm warning, I should say, continues for those regions until 2:45, as we've got this thunderstorm right in through here, producing potentially some large hail very near or just to the northeast of Georgiana. So that's severe thunderstorm warning number 1. Let's talk about severe thunderstorm warning number 2. This is going to be for the storm that prompted the tornado warning moments ago for the eastern part of Clark County. I know you see much of the County of Clark included in that red shading, but the deal is we've got the tornado warning off the board. No tornado warnings are in progress for any county in Alabama or Northwest Florida. So 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's talk about this one. You've got Veredenburg, Beatrice, Camden, Point South, Snow Hill, Oak Hill, Chestnut, Pineapple, and also Scratch Ankle, Coy, and areas just to the north of Claiborne. Again, the old line road, we've talked about that many times this afternoon, included in this severe thunderstorm warning, as this severe thunderstorm right in through here is moving off to the north, or east-northeast, I should say, at about 50 miles per hour. Lots of heavy rain right now and lightning in Veredenburg, but the deal is, here's your area of main concern back here in the far eastern part of Clark and far western part of Monroe County that's going to be scooting in here to Wilcox County in the next few minutes. That's severe thunderstorm warning number 2. Let's talk about severe thunderstorm warning number 3 next. That's going to be for this area in the southern part of Clark, southeastern part of Clark, southern part of Monroe County. And that warning is in effect also until 2:45 p.m. as well. I'm just making sure that we got the time right. Yeah, 2:45, so about, say, 15 more minutes on that one. This is going to include Frisco City, Claiborne, Purdue Hill, also Excel, Uri, McGargle, Chrysler included in this severe thunderstorm warning due to this storm right in through here that's producing a good bit of lightning, perhaps some large hail, and also damaging winds in excess of 50 to 60 miles per hour. So that's severe thunderstorm warning number 3. And I think we've got now a cancellation. So what's happened is the National Weather Service has canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for Conecuh County. So if you're in Conecuh County, anywhere in the county, for now, I can give you a clear. Again, heavy rain, lightning continues, especially in Evergreen, points north, but no warnings are in effect for Conecuh County. Jay Villa, Brooklyn, Castleberry, Lenox, Range. No issues for now. You've also got Escambia County here. Lots of heavy rain continues just to the west of Wallace near Barnett's Crossroads along Alabama Highway number 21, very near Huxford. Heavy rain, lots of lightning near the Wind Creek Casino and Hotel along areas near the Porch Creek Indian Reservation. No warnings for now. You've also got heavy rain in the northern part of Escambia County, Florida, out here near Walnut Hill. All of that is pushing off to the east and northeast at about 50 miles per hour. So heavy rain going to begin shortly in the greater Bruton area, Pollard, Kego very shortly, but no warnings for now. Let's zoom out a bit. And I want to welcome Lee Margaret Bostic. She's joined Bruce and I here to the coverage. Bruce, Lee Margaret and I are going to be with you for the next few hours monitoring the situation in case we have new warnings. And I know we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning. And so this is going to be for Butler and Crenshaw counties in far southern Alabama, places like Greenville, Luverne, likely going, or excuse me, Honoraville, going to be included in this severe thunderstorm warning. And I'm telling you, this thing has put down a good bit of hail, no doubt about it. We had a confirmed report of hail in Evergreen. This thing is racing off to the northeast, paralleling the interstate. I'm very concerned about folks traveling along Interstate 65, running south, basically from exit 142, which is your Fort Deposit exit. That's where Priesters sits. For many of you that know where Priesters Pecans is, you've got a Chevron gas station right here. This severe thunderstorm warning is for areas just to the south of there along Interstate 65. This is US Highway 31. Large hail threat. Greenville points north, points east. So be aware of that as we've got that new severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect until 3:15. And so about, say, 45 minutes on that left on that new severe thunderstorm warning. Now, what I want to do is, if we can, let's go over to my laptop, and what we're going to do is pull up some of this damage. This was sent to me by Robert McClellan, and Robert is a student. He does a fantastic job of giving us content from around the region. This was actually tweeted out by Severe Studios on Twitter. And you've got a Pizza Hut here. You've got the notable red roof. This is in Alexandria, Louisiana. So no doubt the storms today can produce damage just like this. A very significant structure there, a site-built structure, by the way, damaged by evidently damaging straight-line winds, or also a potential tornado there in Alexandria, Louisiana is where that is. Tell you what, let's look at one more here. Again, if you have pictures or something you want us to share relevant to the situation, tweet that to us. And this is in McKenzie. This is that severe thunderstorm that moved through McKenzie, or is moving through McKenzie in southern Butler County. And you can see a lot of gray and darker skies here, some lowerings here. And I want to stress, if you see something like this, this is not necessarily a tornado. This is a scud cloud. What happens is you get areas of condensation below the main area of condensation of the clouds here, and it produces very scary looking clouds. But this is not something that's necessarily a tornado. Could it be? Absolutely, but it's not. This is a scud cloud here in McKenzie, Alabama. And so that's the deal with that. Thanks to Robert McClellan for tweeting us that picture. Tell you what, let's go back to the radar if we can. And we'll do one last view across the region. Let's go to our other product here and zoom out. Again, what's causing this? You've got a cold front that is moving across the deep south. And we note that we've had now confirmed tornadoes just to the east of the Jackson, Mississippi metro area. But for now, it appears that we do not have any active tornado warnings anywhere in this region. Several severe thunderstorm warnings in Mississippi. And of course, we just talked about these severe thunderstorm warning polygons that are in effect for the communities and counties here in southwest Alabama. And of course, we do have this tornado watch. Let's take off the radar data and show you exactly who's included in this tornado watch. This is in effect until 9 p.m. local time. The current time is 2:38, so about 6 hours and 22 minutes left on this tornado watch. In effect for many counties in Alabama and northwest Florida. If you watched our RedZone Weather video this morning that was posted at 7:01 a.m., you note that these same areas are included in the marginal and slight risk zones for today. So certainly the atmosphere is very unstable in these areas. This watch basically includes places from Livingston to Utah to Marion, Selma, Prattville, Montgomery, points south. Any community, if you're south of those areas that I just called out, you are included in this tornado watch that's in effect until 9 p.m. Thomasville, Demopolis, Selma, Camden, Evergreen, Bruton, Mobile, Stapleton. All of those communities included in this tornado watch that's in effect, again, for the next 6 hours basically until 9 p.m. Again, we are at 2:39 p.m. We don't have any active tornado warnings for any counties across southwest Alabama, northwest Florida, or the far eastern part of Mississippi. I do know we got a new tornado warning over here in the central part of Mississippi, and that is going to be for southeastern Smith County. So the polygon you see right here, that is Smith County. And we've got an active tornado warning there, but that's the only one on the board. Again, no tornado warnings are in effect for any community or any county in Alabama or northwest Florida for now. Let's go ahead and put on the radar data so you can see exactly what's going on, and we're going to get out of here very quickly to get out of your hair. Again, lots of heavy rain ongoing across the state. Heavy rain right now in Livingston, Aliceville, Carrollton. Of course, they were the ones that had the large violent tornado on February 2nd, just a few weeks ago. And also heavy rain along Interstate 65, basically from Birmingham and Hoover south to Montgomery, Prattville, all the way down to the coast. And so if you can help not traveling today, don't do it. It's just a terrible travel day across the state of Alabama. And I'll tell you, the strongest storm in the state right now is no doubt about it, in Butler County, Alabama, approaching Greenville. A large hail threat continues in this part of the world. Greenville, Fort Dale points south and points east along U.S. Highway 31 here. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning continues for Butler and Crenshaw counties, and that one is going to run until 3:15 p.m., so about, say, 30 more minutes on that. But again, no tornado warnings are in progress across southwest Alabama and northwest Florida. We will leave you with this. Let's go back over to our main graphics computer if we can. And this is what you need to know. We don't have any tornado warnings in effect for our area right now, but you need to know lowest floor, site-built structure away from windows and doors if we do have a warning issued for your area. If we do have more tornado warnings for our 7 southwest Alabama counties, or also our 3 northwest Florida counties. We will, of course, come back on the live stream and keep you posted. Here's what you need to do if we do have tornado warnings. You want to grab those helmets, whistles, closed-toed shoes on immediately. That's if we have a tornado warning. Go back to the radar if we can, please. And we'll show you one more view of the region. Again, tornado watch continues until 9 p.m. for many counties across Alabama and northwest Florida. Lots of heavy rain. 3 severe thunderstorm warning polygons are in effect for these counties that you see shaded here. Wilcox, Monroe, Butler all have severe thunderstorm warnings on the board right now. Thanks for watching this Red Zone Weather severe weather broadcast originating from Brewton, Alabama. On behalf of Bruce Thompson and Lee Margaret Bostick, our producers for the day, I'm Spinks Megginson saying goodbye for now.